Who the fuck is this?
Yeah. Black Man Unfiltered Network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save it. Yeah. We flipping tables. This that real, no cable. Hey, if it's fake, we unplug it. Welcome to the table. Yeah. I came in the room, they was comfortable, quiet, smiling in your face, but behind it is riot. They told me be calm, but I'm built for the storm. When the truth in the building, you better transform. They don't like a man when he speak with direction. They love you when broken, confused, and correction. But I'm on a mission, I'm changing perception. No filter, no fear, just raw intersection. System designed just to keep you disabled. Mentally trapped, spiritually labeled. I'm cutting the cords, the lies getting fatal. If it ain't the truth, I'm flipping in the table. We flipping tables. Yeah, we breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save you. Yeah, we flipping tables. They said don't question, I said watch me. Too many men out here living sloppy. No guidance, no code, no structure, no lead. Now we wonder why families bleed. This ain't hate, this accountability. Look in the mirror with this vulnerability. Masking and frame with responsibility. That's what they fear, that stability. I'm calling it out, no sugar, no glaze. We breaking these cycles, we shifting in the phase. Legacy built, not lost in the maze. We done being silent, we entering rage.
This ain't just a podcast. It's a movement, it's a reset. If it's built on lies, it gotta fall.
We flipping tables, no fear, no fables. Black men rise, we stable. Now we changing the label. We flipping tables. Truth is non-negotiable. Black Man Unfiltered. This the voice they ain't controlling. Flippin Tables podcast. Black Man Unfiltered Network. If it don't make you uncomfortable, it ain't real.
1, 2, 3. Hey, that's gonna be funny as hell, boy.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat in the back. Can y'all hear me? Thumbs up if y'all can hear me in the back. All right, man. Welcome to the Black Man Unfiltered Network, man. We are here for another show tonight. I am happy to be back in the building. I'm honeymoon happy and peacock proud to be back over here with y'all cooking tonight because we're about to have a great, great show tonight. As y'all see, are our black kids really dumb? So welcome to the show, man. Listen, first of all, I want to do some housekeeping here. You guys are welcome to be a part of this show. You could come up on the panel. You could be in the comments, say whatever you want. We're unfiltered over here. We want to know your mind, what you're thinking. But I want you to share this with 2 people you like, 1 person you don't. You know why? We say this every week because I want you to piss somebody off today. All right. If you want to donate to the channel, in a few seconds, you'll see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen where you could donate by Cash App. It's scrolling right now. If you want to do a super chat, you could definitely do a super chat. We'll read those as they come in as well. Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have a good show tonight. We definitely got to have a good show tonight. We got some people that's going to be in here that's going to speak their mind. All right. But before we get started, guys, listen, we got some, it's harsh, but somebody got to say it. We got some dumb kids and the test scores are low. We're the lowest amongst Asians. We're the lowest amongst white kids. We're the lowest amongst Hispanic kids. We're all the way at the bottom as far as test scores and reading. I looked at some things on ChatGPT today and showed that Black children who are in high school are reading on a 4th grade level. Can you believe that shit? A 4th grade level in high school. but they dress nice. They got the Jordans on. They got the nice jeans on. They got the best phone in their hand. They got $1,000 phone in their hand. They got a $1,000 tablet. They got a MacBook, but can't read a book. And we're going to talk about that tonight. And I know it's harsh. I know it's harsh. I know it's going to be hard for y'all, but we got to talk about it. Somebody in the chat said Africans doing just fine. I bet they are. I bet they are. We'll talk about Africans another day. It ain't going to happen today. I got some things I can say about y'all too over there, humping them goats. But we'll talk about that another day. But again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Come on in. Let's have the conversation. If you want to join the channel, you could definitely join us by the link. The link will be in the chat in just a second. Let's see. All right. Now, I want to start out with a video. This is young black guy who is talking about public schools. He's talking about black kids in public schools. And I definitely want y'all to hear what he has to say. And then y'all in the chat, and if y'all want to come up, the link will be in by the end of this video. Here we go.
Black schools. Sending your kid to a predominantly black school is probably the worst thing that you can do. Black schools form academically the worst in the country. We look at the test scores and academic performance of many black schools, it's fucking abysmal. We put more value in playing basketball and fucking rapping than we do educating our children. A lot of black kids only go to college off of scholarships for sports, and that's pretty much it. Our focus is not on education, it's on what can make some money. That's it. Get money and fuck bitches, that's all we do. But to educate, to inform, to inspire the next generation of great thinkers and great minds, no, that's fucking for white people. You can't do that. We need to put a better focus on education in the black community and have very strict disciplinary actions on bad behavior within the classroom. Black schools are ran more by the children than they are the teachers. We can't afford to have another generation of misinformed and uneducated people. A total educational reform needs to happen and needs to be pushed by black people in this country. Fuck black.
All right. Tell me what y'all think in the chat. Listen, we got some guests in the building tonight. I'm going to bring up, man, one of the guys that was invited to the channel tonight to have this conversation as well. I'm going to bring him up, man. This is me taking action. Is in the building tonight, man. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, man. I know my homie invited you over, man. So I'm glad to have you here and introduce yourself and your channel. And then we'll go ahead and move forward, brother. Go ahead.
Yes, a very, very, very interesting topic on tonight because I have 6 kids. Of course, all of them are black, and they all go to private. Yep. So this is a very interesting topic. I'm looking forward to it. This is me taking action. That's my handle. Real estate investor here in Greensboro, North Carolina. So educating the kids, people, and adults is a big deal. So looking forward to the convo.
All right, man. Well, listen, I want to jump right in here. If we can, what are your thoughts on the fact that our kids do have give me your mindset or your education or the things that you've read that has black children in the last spot in America, last spot in the world. It seems like we're the dumbest of all ethnicities. So give me your thoughts on what you think about that. And the floor is yours, sir.
It's twofolded. Okay. It's twofolded.
Yeah.
Like I said, my kids go to a private school, Vandalia Christian school. And now in that we chose a private school because there is less students per teacher. Right. But then also at the same time, it's like it's the ABECA, program, curriculum. And the ABECA curriculum is dope. It's tight knit. But at the same time, because it's a predominantly white school, the teachers do teach my kids like they're black. There's been plenty of times where the kids are excelling in class, but the white teachers, will treat them like they're black, not necessarily on purpose, but it's happening. So the first thing that comes to mind is like, are our kids really that slow, or are people pretending like we slow? And then our kids and ourselves are just buying into it.
All right, man. What's going on, T-Max? I'm fixing my camera over here, T-Max. So
what up,
yours as well if you want to respond to that.
Oh no, man. Hey, I just popped in. I don't even know what y'all was just talking about by the
So
time
why
I
do
got
you
here.
so why do you
Mhm.
feel as if our children are the last place in everything, math, reading, science, especially basically in the world? I mean, we're last. Our kids can't read. There was an article that I read today that children in Detroit, Michigan, I can't wait till JT get up here. 7th and 8th graders are reading on a 4th grade level.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts?
There's a lot of factors with that, in my opinion. I think that we leave education up to the school system. We leave spirituality up to the church. I think that we leave social skills up to social media. I think that we just leave our children alone to figure this shit out at an early age. What's going on, R-Pain? What up with it, Swan?
What up? Yeah,
Nothing.
it's crazy because I'm a rebuttal all of this. I'm a rebuttal.
Yeah. And I
Hey
think
man, I wanted to hear it.
because even when we look up statistically, we look up the numbers, and the numbers say something completely. They say that we just horrible.
Who put the stats together? Who put the stats together? That's what I want to know.
All right,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
so
yeah.
we're not. All right, so all right, hold on, because I like this. This is gonna be a good show. Hey, BMU, this is gonna be one for the books, baby.
Yep, it is. I agree.
I can see how Swan already talking.
Yeah, because I looked it up today. If we want to put it up on the screen, I will put it up once I get this camera situated. But we looked up on the screen. Now, I will tell you this: a lot of people. I just saw somebody put it in the chat. The BET Wars was the other night. Now, just for podcast purposes, I watched this trash, and all I saw was BBLs and sissies the entire show. Secondly, it was embarrassing for Black culture for sure. Secondly, all you seen was wigs, eyelashes, tons of makeup, a lot of self-hate in there. But a lot of the kids who are listening to this music, they know every word. They jumping up and down. There's a song out right now. I don't know the word by word. I know it's about robbing niggas, and I know that all the women love it. They played at the BET Awards. The damn crowd went crazy about a woman being with a man who's a robber, who's a killer, who's a. So is being smart not cool? Is that what it is? Is that is being smart? Is being a smart kid not cool anymore? Or R-Pain? Let me get R-Pain in here, then everybody else can go. R-Pain, go ahead.
Let's, I'll come in later on, man. Let's just keep going with the conversation, man. There's going to be enough time to speak on it. We're in trouble no matter how you couch it. You know. So once we put up statistics and look at it, if the statistics come from good sources, I'm not going to be in the mood with arguing over bullshit by people saying we're okay when it's not true. It's stupid to have these conversations when we have when we have real issues, because we'll never solve them if we're in constant state of denial. And so let me just leave it right there, and let the evening play, because of course there are pockets of excellence in the Black community, because I know I created one of them. Because I put my daughters up against anybody. So we have to be fair in the conversation, but to say that we ain't hurting, it's just crazy. And I'll leave it there.
There you go. One good thing about it, R-Pain, what you just said, there's pockets. And when we talk on a general topic, generally, overall, is what I like to talk about. Look like this is me taking action. Might got something different to say. I don't know.
I think I'm the young buck on here, so
we need that.
I'm gonna come from a different stance, because like for real, I got a chance to know my dad's dad, and and I got a chance to know on my dad's side, and I got a chance to know my mom's dad on her side. You know what I mean? So like, to say that us as a people are not way further, the BET network was created by a Black man and created multiple millionaires yearly. I don't give a fuck. Excuse me. Can we curse on here?
Yeah. You good?
I don't give a fuck how you look at it. We are 6 Black men on here right now like modeling the image that BET put together, which is entertainment, which is talk, which is, encouraging each other, which is black money.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me that we're not further along. So
Hey, BMU.
I'm looking at no
BMU, I don't mean to cut him off, but he's an example of the education right there. Where's the sixth man at?
Ain't no 6 man. I just said that with the mic off. I just said that too. Hey, but listen, let me say this. For years, we all thought that BET was owned by black people, but Capcom owns BET, which is a white company, a subsidy, who owns the Black Entertainment Television Network.
Okay, so who did they buy it from? Who did Capcom buy it from?
Bob Johnson. Let me say this. All the niggas, they make millions of dollars. They don't give back. They sell everything and they move on and they disappear into the spotlight. Jay-Z, what did Jay-Z do? What did Jay-Z have? What was the name of his record company he had? Was it him? No, the other one he did.
And Def Jam.
Tidal.
Rockefeller and Def Jam.
No, you talking about Tidal. You talking about the actual streaming service.
Yeah, he had that.
So first of all,
got to $1 billion. He sold that motherfucker.
Yeah, but that wasn't his 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's go. There go the 6 man.
There go the 6 man.
Hey, wonderful to meet everybody on here, by the way. But are we really about to discredit a black man? Think about every black man that has built up a multi-million-dollar company and then sold it. They're the first person in their family generation, cousins that has ever done it. So are we really about to put those people down, or we about to learn from them and take that as an example?
Well, I'm gonna say this, T-Max, y'all can cook. Man, listen to this. Bob Johnson sold BET for $2 billion, correct? I'm asking.
It is correct. It is correct. Yeah, nobody wanted to say it. I'll say it.
Yes, correct.
Let me tell you what happened.
You ain't answered nothing the whole time. You've been making excuses.
As soon as Bob Johnson sold BET for $2 billion, his wife filed for divorce, went to court. The judge gave her half. Well, so she got $1 billion out of it, right? 6 months later, the wife was married to the judge who ordered the half of $2 billion to go to his wife. Did you know that?
Does that discredit a black man
from poverty?
That he didn't have any other better examples. He is the best example that his family has ever had.
BMU, that's not a good. But wait, hold on, that's not a good example for where this brother's coming from. Listen, if the argument you have, young man, is that you're up here to focus on only things that are good, then this is probably not the panel for you, because there's got to be a combination of both. Nobody's doing. Wait a minute. Nobody's denying. Well, maybe some people are trying to. No, absolutely. We can't deny. We can't deny the success. We can't deny the success, but you can't ignore the failures. So that's if we're going to have a conversation that goes back and forth. By us talking about the failures is not trying to eliminate the fact that we have success. When we have a part of this conversation talking about what we're doing well, which we should, let's keep that in that pocket. But when we have a conversation about the shit,
who is that talking about failure? Who is that talking about failure?
RP.
Who?
Me, RP.
Payne talking about the past? Payne talking about the past?
Yo, man, let me finish my soliloquy, then you can jump in. Okay?
Payne talking about what was?
Hey, man, the past. Yeah, listen. The reason why you fucking guys are here is because of the past. You know, if it wasn't for some of us, you fucking guys.
Wait a minute. Did this man just not contradict everything he normally stand for?
No.
Am I lying? Am I lying, JT? Am I lying, BMU? Don't this man say why we always gotta talk about the past? Ain't that him?
No, you just brought up.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking. Go ahead.
I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about the past. I'm saying if the young man over here wants to say ignore the fact that we got shit going on that we got to fix because we got successful people, that's not a complete conversation. That's all I'm saying. It's not a complete conversation. So we got to talk about both, but let's keep it in the pocket that we're talking on. So if we're talking about some of the failures, let's talk about that. If we want to say, okay, in the midst of all these failures, here are some of the successes, then that makes it a complete conversation. Because I know I ain't going to deny the successes. But I'm gonna argue about anybody saying that we don't have trouble. I think that's crazy.
I think everything and everyone could always be better. But I'm not about to be like a Google or a Yelp review and focus on the negative.
I get it. All right. So okay. So who's next? Smurf, what you got to say, man? Besides kicking my ass, man. Shit.
I just it just amazed me that this young brother was talking about building and the future and how long we done came as far as using the example of Johnson and BET, which is just one of over 1,000 millionaires that we actually see. Right, it's a lot of multimillionaires in our community that we don't see, and how just the accomplishments of back in the 1800s. In 20 years, we came from being enslaved to being eyewitnesses to a lot of the BS when you got Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Redwood, and a lot of other places. Then you got current, right? Well, now we got young black men or elder men or men of age that has accomplished a lot in their lives, right? And what they're doing is they're building this and creating opportunities. How is it we gonna look at the failures when he looking at success?
No, right. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and like I said, we don't have to listen. I'm only going by the title of this show. I didn't put the title together, right? So even though we have all these successes, are we going to deny that we have issues with the educational system in the public school system?
That's the part I'm confused about, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that's why we got to keep. We could talk about the whole gambit of things, or we could talk about both, but we got to put them in pockets so it doesn't. The conversation.
When we have town hall meetings in communities, and they're going in there to solve problems, and they bring up issues, I don't see a whole gang of people standing up talking about, well, you know, the roads over there on 3rd Street are totally pothole free. Yeah, motherfucker, but we talking about all the potholes over here on South Side. So, like, when BMU brought up the fact that why is this stat and why are we down, I get it that we can always bring up our successes and stuff like that. But I just think at the end of the day, we got to start holding us accountable to get some type of solutions to the problems. Go ahead.
I like that word "us." See, because like I said, I'm using myself as a model, okay? Because I have 6 children. I got 5 girls, 1 boy. Youngest is 3, oldest is 14.
You Jay Prince.
You know, I decided to put my children in a private school, you know, in order to help them. You know, does it necessarily make sense every year financially to do it? Absolutely not. But that's what I'm willing to invest. You know, I find different grants, different scholarships for them, so that way it's feasible for them to have a better, you know, that way they have a better educational system. And so the word "us," I like that, because if you're talking about an education system, fuck the system. What are you doing at home right now? Literally, I got a tutor coming over for my kids during the summertime tomorrow and Friday, you know, so we can't have a negative ass Nancy conversation when you got grandkids and you didn't sign them up for a tutor or didn't sign them up for swimming lessons, you know, or if you didn't dictate some kind of leadership on your own.
Hold on, y'all. I got it.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, mute up Smurf. Oh no, he can't hear me. I got him. I'll mute him and bring him back up. But he won't even let me mute him.
Hey, Smurf.
I'll bring him back up when he's ready.
Okay.
Now I will say this too. Tyrus, you can come on up here too and get this smoke tonight. Listen, I will say this, young man. We're not talking about the minority of people. We're talking about the majority. And the majority of these kids, if you look up statistically, see, we got to talk about these numbers, T-Max. We got to talk about these numbers, JT. If we look it up statistically, Black people spent more money on hair products last year than they did on tutoring and second and third educational options for their children. Would you agree? $2 billion was spent on weave and eyelashes last year. Take that $2 billion from P&G and put it into the educational system. How does that change it? $375 million was spent on Jordans last year. Take that $375 million plus the $2 billion spent on hair. How much education can we give our children?
Nigga, do you understand how many private schools that we could have built? That's nationwide.
Is on your side.
Well, I would say this. We could build schools all day, but what we gonna really teach them, right? So if we're gonna teach them the same stuff, if we trying to build schools to escape the Eurocentric system, but yet we're gonna teach them the same Eurocentric system in our school, there's no point to even building on a school.
Yes, it is. It's definitely a point.
I would say this: how deep we want to go when you say our black kids are dumb? Because I say yes, they are dumb. In fact, black people collectively are dumb, right? When I'm listening to y'all still think y'all measure yourselves and have to qualify yourselves based off of the Eurocentric system that never gave you the same type of power, the same type of authority like they did other races, especially whites, right? We have all been to school with white people. Some of y'all been in private schools with white people. Y'all been in those frats and all this kind of stuff. But yet, you're not part of the government. You're not part of the president. You don't own your own currency. You don't even know how to run your own currency. You don't own or run nothing. So their education did not really teach you anything. It taught you how to. Let me land with this. The Eurocentric education taught you how to be. I keep getting that word. Forgetting that word. Subjective, not subjective.
Docile.
No, it starts with an S.
Subservient.
It taught you how to be, to go to the school, get an education, to work up under them. It never taught you how to rule. It didn't teach you how to create your own military. It did not teach you how to create your own curriculum, your own anything, your own God even. It didn't teach you how to do none of that. It just taught you how to be a professional slave.
Okay, so this is the thing, though. I have a problem with JP. You are part of this system.
Yes.
When will you separate yourself from it and then show us how to do it a different way? Because this is what it is. That's the whole thing, right?
No, not necessarily. See, me.
So what is you doing? Hold on. What is it that you're doing that is not Eurocentric?
So what I'm doing is, I had debunked all this stuff that I was taught, and I'll start moving towards nature. And like when I hear a lot of black folks speak, because of their education, they go take trips and stuff. I learned the best trip I ever took that nobody can compete with is the state of freedom in my mind that the education system don't teach you.
No, hold on. What are you doing right now? Because you have children. What are you doing right now that is conducive to your children right now on how to survive on this earth that is not Eurocentric?
Well, I teach them how to survive, but I also teach them how to learn themselves, right?
What
and
resources,
study nature.
Let me ask you a question. What resources, listen to what I'm saying, because you're going to take it somewhere else. What resources that are not Eurocentric that you're using and is not Eurocentric?
So I don't have those tangible resources because I don't know what those are yet. I truly believe that those resources period is God made, but men capitalize over it because of rulership. But I would teach my kids to finesse the system and live off the system. Yeah,
Eurocentric.
Yes, I would tell them. I would teach them to use it, manipulate it. But what I would not teach my kids is to value that and qualify themselves. You know how people say, "Oh, you reading at your IQ level such as." We don't practice that IQ stuff. We don't try to qualify ourselves to the Eurocentrics. We don't need no white man to stamp us to gatekeep our intelligence.
Okay, so let me just say this right here. Let me go over to the young brother that's above you. I understand exactly what you're saying when you are anecdotally doing something for your children and your family. But to tell us that we cannot highlight and point out the negativity that is plaguing our community, and not only our community, but United States, is crazy to me. I don't even understand how we can't. How the thing is that we've ignored this shit so long, where literally our children are stupid. I'm not just saying this. We're proving it.
Even the adults.
I'm not.
What happened?
Where it comes from, JP? It literally comes from the adults.
Well,
but
I'm not saying
it's one of the reasons why is because the adults have been ignoring the plague in their family, not just the community. You ain't even got to go that far. Your family. We look at shit in our family and we ignore it.
So if we don't advance the hero
family and we ignore it.
I'm sorry to cut you off, JP.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
But no, and it's not that I'm ignoring the negative. I just want to be able to balance it out. You know, with respect to JP, you're saying edumacation consistently. No, I'm not.
He's doing it on purpose.
I know he's doing it on purpose, but that's what we're giving to our next generation, is doing that kind of stuff on purpose. You know, that's not okay. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that we can't do better. I'm just saying that if we're telling our children they need to get a good or great edumacation,
need to go to the bathroom.
Are we really giving them what we need? And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I know the stats are the stats, but just like you highlighted with Mr. JP, I know me personally, I'm teaching my son how to shoot a BB gun. We got grapevines, apple trees, peach trees, and acres of food. We before I came here, which is why I thought I was going to be late. We're picking strawberries and raspberries off of the vine. So I'm going through that stuff with my children. Now, honestly, my mom didn't necessarily do that with me, but she did share a garden with me and had me out there planting it. You know what I mean? And so I would imagine that my kids are going to be better than me, and they'll be able to give it better to their family. So every year, this is what I'm saying, every year we're progressively getting better. So as much as the stats, whoever the fuck created those, say that we're the worst, whatever, dumbest, whatever.
We are.
Really, this is the best I've ever been, but this is the worst you're gonna ever see me. That's the mentality that I give my kids.
Yeah, but this is where I have a problem with what you're saying. Yeah. You're making it anecdotal and subjective to you and your family.
Yes.
Okay,
that's the standard that I have for my life.
Right. And I would say that should be the standard, right? But we know that that's not the standard. We understand. That's what I was saying to you. When it comes down to it, I get it. Your family, and you would be who I would be highlighting as the positive, and how we should have, how we should be able to fortify our family. The problem is that we don't have that, and what you're not understanding is that you're a one-off.
No, he's not a one-off.
No, he's not a one-off. He's not a one-off.
It's not a one-off.
Go ahead, explain it.
Let me explain it to you. Here's what I think is what he's missing. Because I'm a baby boomer. Everybody hates baby boomers. Everybody hates baby boomers.
Everybody.
And I used to be just like you, because my experience is that I'm the greatest fucking man in the world. I've done everything right. My kids are brilliant. I'm married for 39 fucking years, and all that stuff. But what I have to admit, that out of 76 million baby boomers, I gotta admit that at least a certain percentage of them was fucked up. A certain percentage. So I know it's not all of us, but it has to be. It was enough to make a difference, especially if you extrapolate it through 60 years. You know what I'm saying? So what I say on these panels is that it's great to hear somebody talking about the future. So I'm not going to argue with you. We need more people talking about the future. But and you don't have to acknowledge this, my brother. But what I'm saying is, you're not wrong in what you're saying, but you got to understand that there's a certain percentage of our community that's fucked up. It ain't everybody, but it's enough to make a difference.
So what happened?
Hold on, because he said something, and he said that he agreed, and the whole thing was you just agree with me. What I just said.
No.
With you and Coach Ferg, I give you the chance, but y'all said he wasn't a one-off. It's enough to make a fucking difference, and I'm telling you, it's way more people that's out here that's influencing a community
you're right,
of
JT.
younger folks, and they're growing. The problem is that
JT, you're right, but it's not a one-off though. You're right.
He's definitely a one-off.
No, he's not.
In his age group, shit.
He's one-off, bro.
Shit.
He is not a one-off.
Okay,
I heard
JT
JT saying he is. You saying he's not. Let's hear how.
Just a second. I want to show y'all something. Let's discuss this real quick. T-Max, this is for you. Okay. Let me share this screen. I'm gonna let Coach Ferg.
All y'all niggas is capping.
I want to look up this literacy. I want to look up this literacy. Okay. Look at this. Look what it said. The results mean that 83% of black fourth graders, this the beginning of their lives, 83% of black fourth graders score below the NAEP proficiency benchmark in reading.
Right? Man, all y'all
what the hell this with me for?
Asians 66, whites 44, Hispanic 22, black 17%.
And they all stupid. The craziest thing is that they're all stupid.
Who all has kids in here? Like, I just want to know. Just
all of us.
Everybody has kids.
All of us.
Okay, so did everybody's kids pass their last grade that they were in? I know everybody's different ages.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
So may I say something to this?
No, hold on, Jay Prince, because he just said
I know what he's trying to get us at, but go ahead.
Brother.
Listen to me.
Hold on. The kids today, the teachers, this is the most fucked up thing they've ever done in education. They said to the teachers, you're willing to teach and your scores depend on how you get paid. Listen to me. Your test scores depend on how you get paid. And you don't think these teachers are passing these dumbass I know dumbass. In Texas, we have no child left behind.
No child left behind.
Ass kids, they send them on to the next grade and they can't fucking read. They can't add. They can't subtract. Man, they said, don't get me. I know kids who got put in the next grade. I'm like,
and yet
black men
continue to go higher and higher and higher.
Man, y'all
black men continue to own homes more and more every generation. Less and less black men are committing violence statistically than ever before. More black men are more educated.
Hey, did that nigga speak to anybody?
But we a bunch of fucking morons.
Hell no.
Coach Ferg, go ahead, Coach Ferg.
He ain't said shit.
He just jumped in. He ain't say hell. He said,
you don't jump the line over here, Tyrese.
Listen, I can't wait.
I know you got a goddamn show, but you don't jump the fucking line over here. You say hi to everybody with your light-skinned ass.
I don't mind waiting. Shout out to the light-skinned guy, man. Listen, now, I don't mind waiting, right? Because all you niggas is capping, right? All y'all capping, man. Listen, man. I ain't seen none of you niggas in no schools and no community centers talking to the little slow kids. I ain't seen y'all throwing the football with the babies and things and showing them how to tackle and run and stuff like that. Yes, if we focus on our own children, yes. By default, if we got the opportunity in mass numbers, I think the black child would be the smartest little creature on the planet. That's me, right? Absolutely. But again, over these years, that black men have not been allowed to have the relationships with the father growing up. JT talk about all the adventures he had with his father as a child. Those are memories that go beyond just reading and writing and things like that. How many people today actually sit their slow kids down in their circle in their house and say, read this right here for me. Take this time to read this. How many say, listen, I was good in math, so my baby go be good. At least do multiplications up to 20. What's that? Up to 12. How many people? And then look, and I'm just rambling, but it only take about 2 summers to get a child up to grade level if you pay attention to them for at least 2 summers. That's all it takes.
I heard a lot of ifs, though. I heard a lot of ifs.
Let me say this right quick.
Hold on, Jay Prince. I'm gonna let you cook. These kids, Coach Ferg, I want to help you with something here. This is why I don't coach football no more, because I've been wringing the neck of some of these motherfuckers.
But why though? You gotta teach them
because I don't do disrespect. But let me take these kids today, Coach Ferg, they ready to put hands on you. They want to beat your ass. They want to get up in your face. Hold on. Do anybody know what's the Hey, JT, you know him. What's the motivational speaker name? That they call him the preacher of motivational speaking. Black dude, short dude, make millions of dollars going around the world speaking to children. Oh fuck.
He's a black dude.
He's a motivational speaker. He speaks to kids year round.
Every day.
Young type dude. He like about 38, something like that, 36, 38.
He's old. He ain't young.
Well, yeah, you're right. He ain't young. He
young to us. He ain't young to black man, but he young to me and your old ass.
But the 40 and under black male.
I know the guy. You looking him up?
Young.
You looking him up, BMU?
Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Eric Thomas went to a black school. Did y'all see the video? What happened? How the black kids disrespected him, and he stopped his motivational speak and went off on their ass.
Can you find the clip?
You
want me to find it?
I got it right here. Hold on. I got it right here. He went to a school. Like that. He goes around the world and talks to everybody: Asians, Chinese, black, white. Let me let you hear what these kids did to him. How they disrespected this man, and he had to stop doing what he was doing to check their asses.
That goes to show you what the kids. I'm glad them kids did that, because we don't need no more.
Watch this.
And you're gonna have the nerve to laugh and joke when teachers trying to teach you. You got the nerve to act a fool when somebody cares about you. You talking while I'm talking. You know, if I go to a Jewish school, them kids quiet. If I go to a white school, them kids
First
quiet.
mistake.
If I go to a
Second mistake.
Third
mistake.
Like me, it's black kids. That's it. My own are the only ones that disrespect me. I walk in any other school, they like, there go ET. We taking notes. I come home. You talking. You capping jokes. You think something funny. Look how we living. Ain't nothing funny. Ain't nothing funny, y'all. Look, when I got my PhD, what embarrassed me, I'm in there, they asking me like, what's wrong with our urban schools? Like, why you asking me? I'm in classes like you in class. The teachers want to know, professors want to know, well, why are your kids, what's the problem in the school system? I'm embarrassed, y'all. I'm a grown man. I'm embarrassed that they talk about y'all. And you know why I'm embarrassed? Because what they don't know, you ain't even trying when you take the test. You didn't give your best. They think you dumb. You ain't dumb. You can't take our people from Africa and put us in the diaspora and spread us all over the world, and we survived slavery and we can't pass the test. Come on. I ain't stupid. You take everything from us and we still survive, and you gonna tell me we can't learn how to write? Have you lost your mind? We are survivors. That's all we do is survive. And you gonna come and tell me you can't take a test? No, you can take the test. The problem is when you take the test, you barely take the test. I challenge you to go in there and get that doggone piece of paper and that pencil and do your best. I challenge you.
Thoughts?
Can I say something? May I say something, black man? Two things I had a problem with him saying: the word teach and the word surviving. The thing with teaching is, what is they teaching you? What, the same shit that make you feel inadequate, make you feel like one of that slave story never existed, but it was, bro. I'm like, come on now, you get the chance to speak your full thought. One of that slave story was to do the service purpose like it's doing, make us black folks feel inadequate, get all angry over the word, the N word, and woo out the band, right? And the word in that word, survival. What do survival mean? It's the opposite of living, right? So you want to sit up here and want to teach these kids to survive, which is meaning that they always are up under some form of attack that goes against how they supposed to be living naturally. So why are you trying to continue to repeat the same stuff that don't benefit them? The word teach do not benefit them. What the supplement teach with indoctrination. You teaching the reason why black kids I don't think black kids are stupid perhaps. I think that the information, the information that was given to them by his oppressors didn't have his best interest. They'll never teach you how to be better than them. So why should we continue to teach our kids these curriculums that never taught them to be independent of the master, create their own environment, create their own rules and laws, they don't teach
you gotta learn, man. You gotta learn. You gotta learn.
So
he gonna keep talking.
Okay, but y'all keep harping on why we got to keep harping on this Eurocentric education system that don't benefit. Never benefit. I land with this. Seems like I'm the only one got a clock to talk. I'll end with this. When I look at all of these educated black men and black women, what have it really done for them? Right? They come on here complaining about the stuff that people don't got the information, don't have to complain about. So their life is still in shambles with all that education. It's pointless.
Now, Coach Prince, you really I got it. Come down. On boomers. Coach First.
I salute.
Give me that much time. I don't get that much time. I'm the boomer. I don't get that much time.
Yes, you do, nigga.
Listen,
no, I don't.
Go ahead,
I appreciate the brother doing what he's doing, right? Because I've done what he's did with 3 other schools at least 4 or 5 times, right? So it's not about what the young people are. That's just what they've learned to that point. And when you come in, you have someone that can come in with a different voice. And it's not about failure. It's about, okay, recognize what you're not doing. And I appreciate him dealing with the problem people. It's only a few little nuggets they're going to do it, but that's what young folk do.
Hey, Coach, you said he made a mistake, though. You said he was up there.
He made a mistake when he was comparing them to other races. That because in that moment, I
definitely disagree with that.
But see, they don't have they don't have a relationship with him. Now, if that message could be given to them 3 or 4 days a week throughout that school year, most of those students, even the ones that probably didn't take learning serious, would be some of the brightest students over time. But once he gives them that message and he leaves, and you got other people still saying what young black folk are doing wrong, that's what's going to motivate them, and they're going to start doing wrong. And I'll say this, it's not about the information, because I do believe young men need a rites of passage type of program.
Well, it's time clock.
Because even in nature, you better learn how to survive. I'm talking real nature. I ain't talking about just going around asking people for shit. I'm talking about if the shit hit the fan today and you had to take all your little Jordans to them woods and you had to dig a foxhole in the perimeter, are you able to do that even as an adult? Because your children are going to follow everything that you teach them or not teach them.
Okay, I want to say one thing. I got 10 seconds. I got 10 seconds to say what I want to say. Okay, JP, if you learn how to read, then the whole fucking world is your oyster. You're not trapped by nobody. Wait, shut up. If you learn how to read, then everything is your oyster. You're not trapped by Eurocentric or any fucking thing. If you know how to read, then you're free. That's what
I think he was an old docile Mississippian man that don't still slave. No, it's you can ignore everything that y'all can sit up here and try to ignore everything that I'm saying, but the kids is showing you that the adults. Hold on, what's our pain? Hold on, you said 10 seconds.
Well, I did 10 seconds, but you refused.
Okay, so everything, so you could try your best to try to ignore everything that I'm saying, but the facts is in the pudding, right? So hold on, we got generations of black kids who rejected that information. I'm gladly so. They just didn't have the problem when they rejected it. The problem when they rejected it is that they didn't have a replacement to teach them from their best interest, from their self, right? So the only education that we learn is living life based on our experiences of life. All that other stuff we felt like, I even felt like that's not my business.
I got you. So Jay Prince, the question directly to you is this, because we got to get to the point because other people want us to have something to say.
And I'm done.
Yeah, so
but Black Man, before you ask me that, why do they always cut me off? But when they get to run their mouth and just yap all goddamn day, they don't have no time.
No. The question is for you, Jay Prince. The question is for you to answer. The question that he's asking you, our pain was asking you is,
it went out the window when he told me to shut up.
Okay, R-Pain.
Shut up, man.
He did slide into that smooth, though.
Shut up. R-Pain, ask him the question again. Everybody else, don't say nothing. R-Pain, ask him the question.
With all the stuff you're saying, right? It doesn't matter all the things that you're saying. I'm saying to you, if a person learns how to read, the world's his oyster, her oyster. It doesn't matter what they're trying to teach you. If you know how to conjugate a verb and read a text and understand it, you don't have to read what the man tells you. You can read any fucking thing. All the books are yours to read. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. The problem we have is
what I'm trying to explain to you.
Let me land here. If the kids can't read, then they're trapped.
So I disagree with that, R-Pain.
JT, send me them videos.
So I disagree with R-Pain.
So we have the regular reading, the comprehension. Send it to me.
Okay.
We have a lot of black people. We have many black people don't know how to read. They got college degrees and all of that. Bro, they not in no powerful position. It's not man one of them got any power. None of them.
And
nobody on this platform got power. You in the same boat as me with a no education.
Okay,
yeah, so only thing your education gave you was tangible shit that don't have substance.
No.
Okay, so
let me say this. Hold on, y'all don't speak about nothing with substance. So what did that reading tell you? That you wasn't shit. That you'll never be shit. And you don't even
I know how to read. I can't go nowhere.
With the white greatness. It taught you to be up under his. It taught you to be up under his thumb before competing with him. No black people in America, with education or not, competes with no races in America.
Non-white people around the world.
No black people compete with nobody in America.
Jay Prince. So all the other non-white people who know how to read, that has nothing to do with Europeans, they're also dumb.
No, it's just that the focus not really on them. Hold on, let me
BMU.
Bro, I don't need no half white man to try to gaslight me of our black reality.
Back chat,
a half Puerto Rican or a half black man, Jay Prince is still a fucking moron. BMU. So I'm gonna answer your question. Here's the reason why.
So I gotta be a moron because your white ass said so.
Jay Prince, hey, is another white man gonna sue you again and you're gonna get punched in the face again?
How come whites can't learn black? Here's the power dynamic. This is what I'm having a problem with. How come hold on once. How come it's not the flip other way around, right? Hold on. This is the power dynamic that I'm keep speaking about.
I want problems always.
Okay, hold on, guys. Everybody, hold on.
One mic. For the rest of black men, bro.
One mic. Tyrus has a question. Yeah. Tyrus, ask your question, then we'll move on. Go ahead.
Am I the only one up here who remembers being in that seat? It was only like 22 years ago. I'm 38, guys. Wasn't that long ago. I know you guys aren't that older than me. We're sitting there as teenagers, and that shit is going in one ear and out the other, no matter what the fuck anybody up there is saying.
Not all.
Why? Guys, I went to JFK High School, Cleveland, Ohio. That's an inner city hood school. Okay, guys? Nothing changes the fact, nothing that man up there on the stage is going to change the fact that we're still going home to the adults who didn't hear none of that. Do y'all not true? That? That's not true. Let me finish. Right? So you're saying all of this, but we're already in this fucking dynamic to begin with. You're comparing us to the same kids who go to school who looks like fucking college campuses. Meanwhile, if you guys look up what JFK used to look like before they built the new one, you couldn't tell the difference between that high school and a penitentiary. Right? And so let's be clear. That dude is walking and talking to a whole bunch of kids who exist in a school whose history books are probably 10 years outdated. Computers don't even fucking work.
Right.
By the way, anybody who remembers going to a hood school remembers that you didn't have substitute teachers. If the main teacher wasn't there, you just sat in school in the class by your fucking self. You know what we was doing? BMU, we was playing spades, playing tunk and shit like that, talking shit. Because guess what? What else are teenagers going to do? BMU, no matter what demographic, do you expect teenagers to do the whole thing by themselves?
But that wasn't all schools, man.
You get what I'm saying? Black schools, but I'm 35. I'm 35. I can remember
black
that
boys didn't care about that shit.
Not having a substitute teacher, and we were just literally,
exactly, bro. And Jay Prince, see, you agree with me?
Wasn't no black man showing up as substitute teachers?
I agree with that, but
no, sir, not in my school.
Innately inside of
black
all
women, all women substitute teachers, all women.
Innately is inside of black boys. When I was going to school, because I dropped out in the 9th grade, I didn't see myself in that education.
That's because none of the women wanted to date teachers.
Hold on. Everything about education that was something great, it didn't represent me. It represents whites. It represents women. It represents America that they told me that was against me. So none of this shit none of that education made me feel good about myself, and none of that. So a lot of us in my ghetto, we thought you was a punk or gay if you were a black boy that was set up in class and let somebody pimp you the way they do in them schools. Teach you nothing but lies, giving you this, make you chase after a dream, American dream. That same thing a pimp teaches hoes. So right? I think that every black person that goes to that white man's school is a hoe.
Jay Prince, I got a question for you. So are you telling us on the panel tonight, and I want to move over to TT Max right after this question, but I want you to answer it briefly, all right? So you're saying that anyone who was in school who learned how to read is stupid?
Is a hoe.
I think they effeminate.
Come on, man.
Okay.
That's why I will see the women, that's why black women read, because that's in nature for women to submit to anybody that's in authority. That's not in a man's nature to submit.
So we should know how to read. Jay Prince is what you're
saying. No, it's not about learning how to read. You learn it from the gatekeeper of your information, your intelligence. It's people that want you dead. They hate your guts. Bro, they're not going to give you no. They're not going to give you no information. They're not going to teach you no information to make you feel great or be great about yourself.
JP, you know what? Listen, some of y'all, listen, some kids are good at it's two things I'm going to say, and I'm going to be real quick. Some kids are good at math, right? Some kids are good with numbers, right? And you still have to learn how to read so you can discover the lie in what you read. And now, again, I went to school and we had reading circles. Crack era adults, y'all didn't have that. Y'all didn't have that. That was a different time. I had science where we actually dissected and learned we learned how to do things through numbers. I'm telling you, y'all came along. I don't know how old y'all are because y'all niggas be lying about your age. If you 45 to 35, you first generation crack babies, y'all came up with a time where a lot of people didn't care about you. No kid left behind. If you graduated under that, they didn't teach you the basic skills of reading, like Arpane said, subject verb agreements, math, numbers. They didn't. Y'all didn't get in cursive writing. But I'm gonna say this and I'll shut up. How many today are willing to go beyond what they learned? How many have? Because I'm sure everybody on here with a child is trying to teach their child to be a little better. But if you have that opportunity, you're not taking advantage of it.
Bro, we don't win all the way off fucking topic.
Hey, regardless, I don't see none of you niggas showing up at the school.
We're talking about black kids are stupid. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
Here we go, JT.
So this is. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no,
JT. So this is the thing. This is the thing that we.
I gotta get off. I'm slurring my speech. It was good.
All right, bro.
My man. So listen. There's not a denial that our children are less educated than they should be, period. They don't have basic comprehension skills. They don't have basic arithmetic skills.
They don't
want to work. They have no ethics. None of this shit is what's happening right now.
They don't have basic slave skills.
So it don't matter. You can say that all
That's
you
all
want,
you might as
JP.
well call it like it is.
But you're not about to. This is the thing. You're not about to take over this panel because we heard you say
Ain't
that
nobody
before.
never take over no damn panel.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
I got a voice like you got a voice.
No. Hold on. But you. This is what you do.
But you always try to point out somebody. I'm not going to take over no panel though.
You're
That's
not
your own
because you keep saying the same thing. We heard it last week and the week before. We ain't
and you
hearing
saying
no
the
more.
same shit. We've been hearing that shit forever.
So let me finish what I'm saying.
And no nigga listen to it.
This guy right
so
down
that don't
here,
work.
that dude right there, he deleted himself from this conversation because he don't hold any value in education. So why are we talking to him? Why are we talking to this guy? He already said that if you're educated,
it's an audience that's listening.
And don't nobody want to hear that stupid shit. So let me
how you gonna speak for other people?
And I'm gonna end it with this right here. I'm gonna end it with this right here. We have a problem with our children right now being able. I ain't got to check a motherfucking thing.
You need to check your position.
I'm gonna check you
higher than what you really is.
Nigga, anybody that can come on this panel, anybody, raise your hand if you think that what he said was conducive to our community, black community. If I
go to a room full of gay men,
hold on, JP.
And I'm the only straight men in there, of course I'm gonna get outnumbered.
If you get education, let me ask all the men on the panel.
You're not gonna call us
raise
gay.
your hand if you're gonna call an educated man gay. Do you guys call educated men gay?
I'm not calling y'all gay. I'll use that as a scenario. If I go into a room,
no, you said that if you get education, education
and I'm
is
talking
gay.
about heterosexual conversations, of course I'm gonna be awkward.
This is why we say that you're the worst part. You the worst parent ever. You the worst.
That don't mean that what I'm saying is
children. Jay Prince, JT, we're gonna move the
definitely
conversation.
stupid.
We gotta listen to this, and I want everybody to respond to this.
You don't got no power yet, but all that education though.
We gonna listen to the video though.
Watch this. Here we go. We're gonna watch the video, and then this is making me take. I'm gonna let you go after this. I want you to respond to this video. Here we go, and everybody else as well. Let me play this. Turn the volume up. Okay.
There's a crisis happening in the classrooms, and the teachers on the front lines are the ones sounding the alarms.
So yesterday I came to the realization my students can't read.
I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
When I tell you that these babies cannot read, they cannot write.
Look how white
they
and
cannot
gay.
comprehend. I'm not being funny.
You know the thing kids go to school to do, like learn the fundamental skills used to go through everyday life? Yeah, that's not clicking anymore.
Vast majority of students that I teach in my class do not know how to read, write, comprehend, critical think. They just cannot.
And okay, it's easy to chop it up to the pandemic, maybe them damn phones, maybe the kids who never learned the basics were the first ones to multiply.
Everyone's always saying, oh, the kids are lost. Like the kids don't know how to read. They don't know how to write. They're so disrespectful. They have no social skills. They're just iPad kids times 1,000. Like it's so bad. It's so awful. Yeah, because the hot Cheeto girls became parents first.
Regardless of the cause, the clock is still ticking. From kids to teens, almost young adults, they keep hitting more milestones. They keep absorbing content and trends meant for people twice their age, but their development isn't keeping up.
You were a solid of those that were extraordinary, whatever, bro. She wore a, oh baby. To wear a silhouette of clothes that were, I don't know that word. I don't even know how to read. I don't know why.
I'm sure you've all seen the videos and the TikToks. Gen Alpha can't read. They don't play outside. Brain rot. iPad kid. It's a conversation that's spiraling all over the internet. But in this video, we need to talk about the root cause of the crisis that no one else is discussing. And also how these kids were basically set up to fail from the jump. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. And I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step.
Now, before we say something, this is the extension of the video that we just watched, because I think this adds more
context.
There you go. Appreciate you, my brother. All right, here we go.
A suit, clothes that were Who's this for? Extraordinary, but somewhat Gertrude?
No, explain what that means.
I don't know. She wore a sahalat of clothes that were extraordinary, whatever, bro. But
What does that mean?
she wore a lot. Wait, she wore. Bro, I don't know, bro. Can you take the card back, please? She wore a. Oh, baby. She wore a silhouette of clothes that were. Bitch, I don't know that word. I don't even know how to read. I don't know why I did.
She wore a silhouette of clothes that were extraordinary, but somewhat gauche. All right, now what does that mean?
I have no idea. Like his boots is nice or something like that. She wore a. I don't know what this should say. I don't know what this should say. I don't know what this should say. I can't read it. Can't read it. Can't read it. Can't take back.
Y'all, we have to start leaving these kids behind. We have to. We have to. Have y'all seen the video going around of the high school student asking his classmates to read a note card? And it has the word extraordinary, silhouette, and ghost on it. And okay, I understand not being able to pronounce Gauche, phonetically, it doesn't really make sense. But in high school, we should be able to read extraordinary and silhouette with no problem, no hesitation.
She is 1,000% accurate and on point, and it is very broken and disgusting how kids are graduating high school and they can't read. I remember because I went to a private school and then I went to a public school in Detroit, and so I went to a phenomenal. Both of them were phenomenal. And there was another girl that actually went to a different school, my neighborhood high school that I didn't go to. And she wound up getting into a really good major university that very rarely do a lot of people get into. It's very competitive. Even to this day, it's very competitive. And when she got there, she said, yo, Anton, I'm not prepared. Like, she used to be crying and saying that she was not prepared for going to school there because she felt so much behind all of the rest of the students that was there, and she couldn't really keep up with them. This is 10 times worse. These kids can't even pronounce extraordinary and silhouette. Do you know how crazy it is to be in high school and not even be able to pronounce words? And these kids are just passing through. And so we did the No Child Left Behind thing. We did the pass them through and just let them go ahead. And I remember it was another story. It was a school down south where a kid that basically graduated valedictorian, and they barely could even read. They barely could keep up. When they got into college, it was like, yo. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of kids drop out, is because they can't read. Their parents are not on them. We'd rather celebrate prom than we celebrating people being able to read in your college admissions and graduation. And so, I know a lot of people like to hate on test scores and say, hey, you can't score well. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not good. But tests are the way that we evaluate if people are even ready to go to the next level. When you get into college, you then have to test to find out whether or not you got to actually take remedial classes or not. And so, it's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking to see this playing out in real time and these kids not being able to read or pronounce words, and it going viral over the internet, because I think that people are starting to wake up and figure out, hey, man, we might have done it wrong. We got a whole generation of kids that are not only addicted to their devices, but they can't even read, and AI is going to assist them in them being able to be okay.
And we should be able to try. We should be able to use our critical thinking skills. Like, it's not even the fact that these kids can't read. It's the fact that they don't try, that they are so quick to just default back to, I don't know, and laugh it off. Like, no.
Bro, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let y'all cook. Here in Texas, this is on the news. This is news. You can Google this shit. Here in Texas, brother, it's bad. And when I tell you bad, I mean to the point where schools are, if you look up the grade of the schools, they grade the schools after every year. The grades of the schools are horrible, failing schools. Hell, they didn't close some schools because of that shit.
Man, listen, this is again, these stories, man. Man, listen, these kids are given an opportunity to read a card that's in cursive. When George Bush, he signed it, they took it out. They took Jim out of the school and then cursive writing out of public schools from New York to California. And let's be real, most of our kids, which is unfortunate, they're subject to going to public schools. And without collective bargaining, parents can say, hey, we need our kids to learn in cursive writing. I made sure I wanted to teach my son. It took me 3 days to teach him, right? A lot of people understand what the problem is, but so caught up in their own adult life, they don't want to make that little bitty sacrifice because those children are graduating now. And if y'all do some age calculations, most of those parents are early 40s, late 30s, early 40s. Because we always.
What's the point, though?
The point is this, right? The point is this: the education system is what it is. But when we and again, I'm gonna say this because again, in my 20 years, not enough people come to show the young people. When you don't have fathers showing up at those schools, a lot of these kids' courage are gone out the door. A lot of these teachers, these white teachers, don't give a damn about your black kid. So if people are not going to those positions and having the conversations with the parents early, then this is going to be the result because 2050, that's on all you people out here going to have some babies. And they're talking about zero wealth. What you going to do?
It'd be nice. Okay, so I hear you.
I don't think it's a matter that they can't do it. I don't think it's a matter.
Hold on, JT. Let the young guys say. I would like to hear what my man's saying in light of what he came up here for. What do you think about what you just saw, brother? The youngest guy up there. What's that? You're taking action? Taking action. What do you think?
Mr. Arpain, can you read? This is me taking action. I'm joking.
No, I left that part off.
I'm joking. I was lightening up the mood. I mean, honestly, I mean, I feel the same way I felt before. If I was a youngster and I wanted to make a video and it go viral on social media, because that's what people do these days. They make videos to go viral in order to make money and get attention. I would go around to the people that are the dumbest in the school too. This is very easy.
Well, so you think that's what he did? Went to the dumbest people?
Of course, he went to the dumbest people. To
man, this shit crazy.
Of course he did. Now this is
T-Max.
Hey, everybody has a different perspective. I'm in my office right now, and I go to colleges every month and do a real estate trivia tour. And I go and I quiz them. I give all the kids cash if they answer a real estate question right. That's me, doing, in my opinion, my work to give back and teach kids about business and that kind of thing. But when a lot of these kids answer these questions, about collecting rent or about contract law, or about business. And then I see them come in here during the summer and work in my office. I'm like, oh shit, y'all on it. Matter of fact, one of my interns just posted a video for me. And one of the things I always check her on is the grammar that she uses whenever she writes out my description. She's solid. Now, are there kids that's behind? Yes, absolutely. Clearly, their parents are probably busy working and they don't have a lot of time to read to them or listen to them read and then ask them comprehensive questions. I know, I literally, like I said, I just spent time talking to my kids before I got on here, and actually watching these videos make me ready to go back home to talk to my kids more, just to be quite honest. But I don't
ask you a question.
I don't think that's a school system.
Man, hold on. You don't tell me what the fuck to do.
Well,
So can I ask you a question? This is my this is me taking action. Let me ask you a question.
Well, we got it.
So do you think that education is more?
No, fuck him asking a question, man. He shut the fuck up and let him finish.
Hey, fuck
let
you.
Him finish, man. Yeah, man, let him finish. Shit.
Hey, I can answer a motherfucking question.
Were you done? Were you done? This is me taking action.
He wasn't done.
I'm ready to hear the question at this point.
No. Before Jay Prince go, come light in the mood real quick. Jay
Hold
Prince.
on. Hey, black man. I can't. What's up? All these motherfuckers be trying to mute me and shit. Fuck him.
Hold on, Jay Prince. So I just looked this up, guys, and this is for T-Max. This is for you. You on deck. I looked up just Texas because somebody in the chat wanted to challenge him. So I wanted to make sure. Hold on, JP. I want to make sure everybody understood. Here in the state of Texas, there are 9,084 schools. Out of the 9,084 schools, 3,028 of those schools are failing. Let me say it again. 9,084 public school campuses are in Texas. Out of those, the ratio is 1 out of 3 schools are failing. D's and F's. They've graded the school D and F, failing schools. 3,000 of them and 28 of them are failing schools.
Mm-hmm. Well, should you grade them boomers?
So hold on. So the question is for taking action. Hold on, Jay Prince. So how do you feel about those statistics in the state of Texas, one of the biggest states in the United States?
I feel like I should have.
Man, he think everybody around there making content. That's what he feel like. He feel like.
So T-Mac, go ahead, T-Mac.
I'm just looking at the parents. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than
that's
great.
what we said from the beginning. But then you start making excuses, talking about like all the good. Yeah, man.
Excuses. No. All I did was it was negative, and I just balanced it out with one positive because I was just letting y'all know that.
Hold on. This is a problem. Look. We all are content creators in our own right. Yes. So at some point, I got to ask you this question, my brother, and shout out to you for making it here on behalf of all the brothers that's here. Right?
We appreciate it, brother. Yeah,
it's been a good time.
Let me ask you a question, man. Why in the fuck is the truth negative?
Man, hey, I say the same thing, T.
I can't. This shit. Hey, Jay Prince, I'm starting to line up with you. This shit is what women say when accountability is put in front of them. It all of a sudden is bashing and negative. Nigga, if a third of the schools in Texas is failing, what the fuck is negative about that?
Well, this is what it is.
No.
This is my answer. Can I answer? You asked a question. It was a question mark. You paused. It was a question mark. Now somebody has to answer.
Question. You about to dance around what I asked. Go ahead.
No, I'm not about to dance. I'm not about to. I don't do no dance. I'm not B2K. Okay. Listen. I'm speaking like this because this is how you train your kids to speak. You don't speak as though shit is bad and terrible. That's not how I speak to my kids, and I'm not about to speak. Matter of fact, I had lunch with a young lady today, and she said some old gas tank on eat bullshit.
Hey, that's a great book, boy. I get that book. That's a great book.
It is a great book. And I'm glad you know what I was talking about. And I said,
I got no more excuses. That's a great book by Tony Evans.
This is what I told her. I said, you better not say no weak ass shit like that in front of me again. Otherwise, we're not going to lunch. I don't allow people in my space. I don't care if you think it's a fact that that black kids are dumb. I think it's a fact that I need to be in front of those kids, teaching them, better reading skills, better confidence skills. So I'm going to speak from that particular thing. Now, is it a lie that some kids need help? No, kids do need help. But I promise when I get in front of them, they're going to be better. So that's the way I've trained my mind over the years to think, and I'm going to continue to think.
May I ask you my question now? This is me taking action.
Yeah. Go ahead.
May I ask you my question now?
Sure.
First off, we don't need to hear from the old boomers and plus because they wasn't around. The men especially, they wasn't around to even know what their kids was doing, the sons or the girls. So they shouldn't have. They got bitched out of their home. So they wasn't there. They didn't choose to be there. They didn't fight to be there. They decided to fight for another man and his kids, his family, his organization. They ain't fight for their own. So they need to shut the fuck up. No motherfucker want to hear them. Secondly, to the question, do you think when it comes to education, do you think it is really cultural based, right? So yes, particularly black kids don't probably is less when it comes to that learning education, but I guarantee you they know how to rap, they know how to sing. And I don't know if you rap or sing, but singing and rapping, you could take somebody that know how to read real good. I bet you they can't know how to if they know how to read or speak good, I bet you can't can't outdo none of them. They can't outdo a 5-year-old in rapping. So that's the black cultural base. This is how they learn. They maybe black kids learn a different way from other races of kids, right? Would you agree?
No. We learn very early on. There are styles of learning, and so you either learn by doing, you learn visually, and there's one more.
Hands-on, you learn hands-on aesthetically, auditory, you learn all of those styles.
Yeah, so I don't agree with that. But I do believe.
So why are we forced? I didn't even cut you off.
Give me three. Give me just a couple more seconds to finish.
I hate this though. I hate that we gotta measure ourselves up to this bitch ass white system and shit. White folks not measuring yourself. White folks are not measuring themselves to your nigga system. Like, bro, we don't. It's not in us. That system that you keep trying to force them kids. I'm glad they rejecting that shit.
Yeah, well, look,
I did it.
Don't be glad. Don't be glad. We want our kids to excel.
I don't want my kids to be white. To make them, bro. For what?
Sir, stop.
It ain't about being white.
Stop doing that.
Jay, let him land. Jay, let him land.
That negative talk is wild, bro. We want our kids.
Bro, you don't own nothing. You don't run nothing. You got all this.
I own 60 houses. I'm in my fucking office building right now. Stop,
bro. That's not owning, bro. That's not owning something.
Stop.
No, ain't no stop. That's not owning something.
Christ, dude, listen.
You leasing that?
I own the building. I bought it for $3.5 million last year in October. Check the fucking records.
And he's 35 years old, by the way. Shout out to my nigga.
Just stop. Just
dumbass.
Buying shit don't mean shit, bro. We always have this conversation.
You just said it does. You said we don't.
I don't glorify spending buying shit.
All right,
Jay Prince, I got
I
a
don't
question
give
for
a
you.
fuck. Like, I don't agree with y'all weak ass shit.
So Jay Prince,
clearly, majority of black people don't agree with that shit.
So
that's why. I
got a question for you, Jay Prince.
That's why you're having a conversation now.
I got a question for you, Jay Prince. If you go to the store and buy a TV and you bring it home, put it on your wall, do you own it?
It's something simple. Okay. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not going to give black people what they need.
But I'm saying,
y'all keep saying that the education is something that black folks need. And clearly we got people that's black and educated, and it's pointless. We still suffering from the same. We just got done did a Carmelo Anthony. That boy went to school. He was getting straight A's and B's. And a kid that damn near under him, he gets, who out the band. So that education is not the answer for black folks.
Yeah,
white man education.
I disagree respectfully. Arpain, you muted. You muted, Arpain.
Please.
Got a young entrepreneur up here who's
hey, black man, don't invite me if I can't speak because I'm going to disagree with this shit.
I didn't
disagree. Then you stop.
We gotta let everybody talk, though, Jay. Everybody got to
talk.
Disagree. Then you stop.
We got a guy who's actually making it. Who's young. We don't get these young guys up here enough, and we abdicate in this fucking panel to idiosyncrasy. I mean, let the young guy talk, man.
You a boomer. Make it better.
I'm the best fucking boomer you'll ever fucking
You made it this way.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You a boomer, right?
Yeah, just because I'm a boomer don't mean I made it this way.
So you motherfuckers, Coach Ferg just got done saying y'all the one failed us. So you need to shut the fuck up.
What the fuck?
If you the one that failed us, you need to shut the fuck up. Y'all weren't there.
I know I didn't make your stupid ass.
Hold on, Jay Prince.
I know I didn't make your dumb ass.
Y'all wasn't there.
Yes,
so you don't have no input. Your input don't mean shit.
You know what?
This is me taking action. I promise you.
You know what I do with my kids? You know what I do with my kids?
It's a different day.
You know what I do with my kids? PMU. Hey, listen, when I was young, right? When my kids were born, when they were young, I gave them books to read, and I told them to write reports on the books so we could talk about it. They were doing that shit when they were 3, 4. My daughter was reading books in
good skills, bro.
To her kids. And so I'm saying, once you learn how to read, and the other thing, since they were girls, I made them not be afraid of math. You know, so I'm just saying this bullshit that baby boomers were all fucked up. Let me tell you, man. You know, I got a whole cadre of my family that I manage their fucking portfolios. You know, because I want them not to have to be able to work like 60 fucking years like I had to. Maybe I could give them a better life before they turn 65 and 80.
Facts.
You know, so all I'm just trying to say is I hear all this shit about, I don't want to make it about baby boomers because I already admit there was enough of us who were fucked up. And from that standpoint, I agree with that.
You ain't got to say nothing else on that on our opinion.
Well, that means they can't speak on shit if they weren't there.
Not all of us, though.
I gotta get my question out, Jay Prince, to everybody else on the panel. P. Smurf, I'm gonna ask you, when it comes to the public school system, I'm talking about here in I was just talking about Texas because it's a huge state. When it comes to Texas, when you hear that out of 9,000 schools, over 3,000 of those schools are failing, what do you think? And I want everybody else to mute their mic. Everybody gonna go one at a time, one mic. Go ahead, P. Smurf.
Before I go there, I want to say taking action. Shout out to you, bro. Keep doing big things, bro. Love and respect on that one. For real, for real. Keep showing the community what it is. And to answer your question, BMU, we failed our children, right? Because we want to blame the school system and not blaming the culprits of it all, which are the parents, it's the teachers, it's the administration, that put the curriculum into play. And if that curriculum is not working, particularly some of the things that they took out of the school, like Coach Ferb said, that motivated them to be in school, then we truly failed those children.
All right, now we'll go up to Coach. Coach Ferb, did you answer already? Coach, I'm gonna ask Coach Ferb. Coach Ferb, what are your thoughts when you hear the schools are failing? 3,000 out of 9 are failing.
BMU, jump in line, man. This is something I dealt with in Chicago for 20-some years, man. They were closing schools. They were closing schools on one side of town in one neighborhood and put the kids in the game. Kids had to cross boundaries and do that, right? But again, it comes down to a part of what my brother's doing, JT's done, our Payne's doing, BMU, you doing it right now. P. Smurf, you doing it in the community. T-Max, if you got a young son or daughter, when you know you can teach it in real time, I guarantee y'all. And listen, I learned it through my own trial and error and experience. Right, the things that I saw that kids were lacking in school, I sort of tried to make sure that my son was addressing it early. I sat down with him. I didn't want to. It take 3 days to teach a kid most stuff early, and that's from reading a little 3rd grade book, 4th grade. Reading out loud with them. Our pain. The big thing to me was you got to learn your multiplications through 12. That was the standard. Learning how to, I taught kids just last year how to write in cursive in 15 minutes. And again, once they learn that they can actually accomplish something, the walls are just, the boundary is endless. And I say this, not shut up. The greatest motivator for any child is a father giving him that encouragement. If I meet you at 15, 16, you're on some bullshit, it might take me 6 months to get you to see something different. We've been over a state where Black children have only seen the worst of adults. And I'm not saying not just anybody, but a lot of the parents have let it down. And I'll say this, you 40-something-year-old niggas, y'all in the driver's seats of the future. However y'all teach y'all kids, because y'all kids is fat, just a reality. They got low self-esteem, never heard of before. They got under motivation. But if a father's teaching it, what he's doing now is going to pay off when they 24, 25, 26. That's when you see the reward. And it may not always be money until later. But they ain't gonna be out here. Most of them ain't gonna be reckless. I got too much respect to think that y'all kids is out here reckless and y'all engaged, and it ain't going down.
T-Max.
Man, listen. You skip me for a second, bro.
Okay, I know you. JT.
I want to hear the young dude. I want to hear the young dude speak, man.
Yeah, this is me. Young dude speak. So I think he already alluded to the 3,000 schools, and he said that the parents are failing. But I believe that the parents are not failing by, I think they're intentionally failing their kids. And somebody said earlier about these proms are costing parents $3,000.
Yeah.
These proms and renting fucking goddamn what you call it limos, and I've seen kids coming out of caskets,
party
and
buses and shit,
and getting horses and camels and fucking and the kids. You mean you invest all of that money for them to look good in a dress and a suit? But
you know why though?
You know their education.
But you know why though? You know why, BMU? Because they know that that's the highlight of their kids' life. That's the highlight of their life. They ain't gonna get married. It ain't gonna be no fucking marriage. It ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be no. It ain't gonna be no motherfucking getting that shit together.
Hey, Hollister, you gonna have to put your headphones in, brother. Headphones in, or turn YouTube off in the background. Go ahead, JT.
This is the highlight of their kids. This is how they see their kids. They don't give a fuck about these fucking kids, bro. They don't give a damn. And let me stop cussing so much because we got to stay monetized. But they don't care about their kids. When I hear a young brother like it takes action, that's why when I said it earlier, I didn't mean it derogatory towards him. I'm saying he's the standard. But ain't nobody trying to do that. You know why? Because it takes action. It takes effort. Yeah. It takes intention. And you get tired sometimes, right? This shit is just it's not a beautiful thing. It is something that's necessary. And a lot of people don't want to take necessary steps to make sure that their kids are going to be better than them. Because a lot of these motherfuckers, they won't, and I'm sorry to get goddamn, but they when you don't have both parents in the household, it messes up the child, bro. And we got to come to a consensus on that. So we, as adults, have to also teach our kids how to be social. We have to teach them exactly what it. You know what happens when you start messing up a kid's mind when they're growing up? They end up being worse than you. It's showing right now. It's the first time that we've experienced our children being dumber than us. This is the first time that anybody can say, damn. And I'm talking about as a whole.
JT, you right. Because now parents are showing the kids more shit than the kids can show the parents. You're absolutely 100% correct. I remember growing up, I showed my mama how to use certain stuff, how to hook this Blu-ray player up, how to hook this phone up, how to when you know, remember when analog TV went off and they had a digital fucking TV. I had to teach them all of that. I had to teach them all of that shit. And now you teaching your kids, son, come here. This is how you plug this up. Instead of them trying to come in and say, hey, daddy, you don't know nothing about this. Let me show you. It's not like that no more. And one of the things I brought up, bro, I said this 3 weeks ago. And somebody on this panel said it tonight, or I think it was on the video. There's something called, I thought it was just something somebody made up, but there's something really called brain rot.
Yeah.
These kids are literally in front of their phones, their tablets, doing TikToks. If you go look at their time on the phone, just go and get your kid phone and look. 10 hours flipping through shit and going through different emotional changes in those 10 hours. Think about this. You watching a TikTok video where a girl is hugging a puppy. And then you flip up, you see a motherfucker getting shot. Then you flip up again, you see a motherfucker dead on the street. Then you flip up again. I mean, when you start seeing all these different things, it's fucking your emotions up. You laughing, crying, heartbroken, scared, all in the same fucking time.
And they designed it as like a slot machine for you to swipe up and down, like the rolling of a slot machine.
Yeah, so the kids are like this. The kids are like this. That you can't, if you tell them to put their phone down, you damn near have to fight them.
Might have to shoot their ass.
And it's a thing called text neck. For the
don't we have stories
going to be curved over for looking down at their phone so much?
Yeah, and this the craziest thing, T-Max. Don't we got stories of kids killing their parents because the parents took the goddamn cell phone from them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember the NFL player, the retired NFL player? He took his son's car and his phone, and the son went and got the gun and shot the mama and the daddy, killed both of them.
So when we have someone like this takes action that comes up and he's saying, hey, this is what it is. I agree 100% for my brother for what he's doing. And I commend you, bro, on what you're doing. We have to have more people that's doing it. And that's the only thing that was my only pushback on you. That was why I was saying, no, that's the standard, but they don't want to standard because they don't want to take action. Mm-hmm. Because that takes effort. Nobody want no fucking do no damn effort right now, bro. They want it instantly.
Salute, like again, and like he said, salute to you. But I'm gonna say this, and I know our pain gonna take this, go to the moon, sit in a rocking chair, and watch the sun come up. Tell me this, our pain. Do you believe the way that our children are set up and the way that the houses and things are set up now? Do you believe that the Democratic Party had a huge role in that? Yes or no?
Well, they're the master manipulators. They're liberals. The liberals, Malcolm X said it. The white liberal is the biggest enemy of the black man that ever existed. But that was in the past. Today, the black liberal is. Today, the black liberal is our biggest enemy. The Al Sharptons, the D.L. Hugleys, all of those fucking guys who keep us on the plantation, who want us to be afraid of our own shadow, who want to keep us being afraid of our own shadow, the Jamel Hills, and all these fucking people, and that we should be afraid of every goddamn thing. Now, I'm not saying you need to be a Republican. I'm just saying we need to be independent thinkers, and we got to get off the plantation. Because you know what? You know what's stronger than the shackles that had us in slavery back in the day? The mental shackles that have us trapped right now.
But there you go.
Yeah. So
information man in the building tonight. What's going on, my guy?
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Real good, my brother. Real good, man. What are your thoughts? Brother? I know you've been watching. I saw you in the chat. I appreciate you, brother. Your support.
So I don't get a chance to speak my thoughts on that, or no?
Oh yeah, you can. You can. I was just inviting information man. He just came on the panel. I'm gonna let him say something, and you can jump in, Jay Prince. Information man, you've been watching. I'll tell you in the chat. What are your
thoughts? I think our kids do have problems, but it's also a byproduct of what's happening in our society today. I was just doing some reading, and they were saying that students across the board, across race, there's a lack of reading comprehension today. A lot of these kids, as they might have done in the past. Another thing, they were talking about screen time. A lot of these kids are spending a lot of time looking at these Blu-rays, these screens that's giving them those blue rays. And remember, a lot of our kids are using computers at school. Everything's computerized. So what's happening is the kids are not learning how to think. Kids are learning how to regurgitate, which that's been a problem in the educational system for a very long time. Yeah. Are you teaching me how to think critically? That's another area that's been that's going downhill across the board is critical thinking skills, which is causing a lot of these kids not to be able to do basic things. Do you know some of these kids can't even do basic cursive, right? Yeah. Some of these kids, if you were to put some of these kids in a library and you told them, I want you to research without using a computer or any of these sort of modern tools, do it the old-fashioned way. Let me see if you can research and dig up some stuff in here. If I give you an assignment, a lot of these kids can't do it. I remember, and I think they still have this at my old school. When I was in college, before you could graduate, you had to show that you had proficiency to be able to do research in a library. So it's the same thing I said to you. They gave us an assignment the old-fashioned way. So what that does is that what happens is that when these kids when we're so dependent on technology and we don't have technology, you really find out how dumb people really are, or how our kids are impacted by this. But I also have to say, as parents, we have to also get off our asses and get more involved with our individual families and our kids that we are responsible for. That's our job. That's our responsibility. Not to take what they learn in school and just say, hey, school is taking care of it. A lesson should be learned at home. Your first lesson in education is your home first. At home, yeah. Right. So I'll land right there. If there's any other questions y'all have for me or any brothers on the panel,
JD, did anybody have any questions for information, man?
No, man, he hit that one. Anybody else?
I just appreciate him coming up there and sort of confirming what's already sort of been said in a sense, man. Shout out to Gen X, man. We got all that.
But check this out, Fred. You know this to be a fact. When I was in college, we had a we had a mentoring tutorial program. We went into a hood in the San Francisco area, and we worked with youth.
Yeah.
Okay. And we were able to improve their academics. Some of these kids to this very day, when I've seen them in the streets, they're doing well. Now, I know people always say, hey, it ain't up to us to be the fix-it man or be the, whatever. But the reality is, you guys know this. When men are not in a community, right, stabilizing that community, we can see that our kids are falling apart. Another thing that bothers me as I land my plane is that I think our kids are too focused on athletics. No shade to people that's in the football and basketball, right? But we're too oriented. Our kids are too oriented to just sports and all this entertainment. And I'm at a point in my life where when I look at something on social media, TV, and I see black kids, dancing and singing, I turn it off. I'm sick of it.
Turn away from it.
It's we already know we can dance and sing. I want to see the black kids that are doing the scholarly things. And they're out there, brothers, but they don't get propped up enough because we're too damn entertainment oriented as a people. I land my plane there.
That was dope. He killed that one right there.
Thank you.
So I would say to this. I think black people have been forced to believe that the white man's education system is going to lead them to freedom. I think what it is not about that they are failing. I don't think that's a failure for black people. That's not measuring up to the white man gatekeeping his intelligence or his IQ level. I think that nature taking its course. I think that it's a positive thing that black boys and girls is rejecting the system that told them that they wasn't shit. They gave them Ritalin. They did everything that's harmful to them. Also, with this education system, it never taught them to be independent and compete with Donald Trump, compete with the American government, compete with any government at that matter, right? Everything they got into, they always had the education for black people taught them how to be self-serving, how to be a follower. Never, no education in America gonna teach niggas. And it's so crazy that I hear all these so-called educated people. You can tell that they went to school with white people, but yet those white people is their boss. Those white people is their government. Those white people is their Democrat. Those white people is their Republican. What you don't hear is them black folks that went to school with them is none of that. They is y'all are the keep the ice cold. You feel good because they let you in the corporate room, but in those corporate rooms, you busting tables, right? You're not sitting at the table with Donald Trump. You're not sitting at the table with people that's illustrating coming up with these curriculums. You're not there. They don't. Your education, your black voice don't matter, right? You don't have no power. Then when you look at these white people, they got power. You do not. All the education that you done got, that you done put yourself in debt for, trying to measure yourself up to a system that hates your guts. They never not hated your guts.
Did he say anything else different from what he said last fucking week?
Because it don't matter if I'm saying the same stuff, that means the same stuff is still happening. Black people done already graduated. They done everything to measure up in America within these 500 years. And guess what? You still got Carmelo Anthony. You still got the little boy getting shot.
What is he talking
and then everybody
about?
going away. What it have been done?
Hey, JP, you got to
okay, y'all got all of this smart. What it done for you? You on these platforms,
we already heard you say that shit. We already heard you say it.
Y'all is on these platforms bitching every day. Your women still don't respect you, right? Your women don't respect you. I get more respect from the kids and women than any one of y'all. That's a fact.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. European-centric. Let me ask you hold on. Let me ask him a question. What have you done to change your 3 daughters' lives right now?
You asked them that already.
Being there. No, I changed their life by being there.
That don't change their fucking life.
Hold on. I'm going to explain it to you.
You ain't left this country yet. Everything that you're doing is Eurocentric.
No, I'm about to explain it to you.
Plus, you on fucking Wells Fair. You're using the Eurocentric system.
Why y'all keep muting me, though?
Ain't nobody muting you.
Oh,
yeah, ain't
my bad.
Go ahead and
Jay Prince.
So
Jay
my
Prince.
bad.
Let me ask you a question, brother. This is a simple question, not to bypass everybody on the panel. Let me ask you the simple question. Do you pay taxes?
I'm giving my daughters the presence of a father that majority of black women didn't never have. They never have experienced a black father. That's one. I'm also giving them insight on how to treat them. How, like, you know how y'all be coming up here complaining how the women don't take y'all direction, take y'all leadership. Guess what? My daughter and them gonna be used to taking leadership from men. Why? Because they was raised from their father. So a lot of these women that y'all done marry didn't have that, right? They had mama in the government.
You
so
don't
when they
know
get
that.
no. You don't like to be interrupted, bro. When they get with somebody like you
either. I don't like to be lied on either. You did this last week. You did this last week.
It don't matter. I can say it for 50 years until it changed.
Come up with something.
That means it's the truth.
Information man say he got a question for Jay Prince.
He asked you a question.
Nah.
Yes.
My question is that a lot of times black people complain about, we're in this system. We were born here, right? If you pay taxes, Jay Prince, we're already indebted into the system. The time that you were born into the world and you have a birth certificate number and the whole 9 yard, they already got your ass. So this whole thing about, why y'all going to school? Negro, you paying taxes. Negro, you going out into the world.
So you accept defeat.
But no, I didn't say anything about defeat. I'm gonna say it to you respectfully. You kind of sound, and don't take this wrong. You kind of sound self-defeated, brother, because you keep saying, "Well, we got all this education, and we ain't this and this and this and that." Okay, Jay Prince, what is your answer? What's your solution? No. What is your solution? Since you're saying that the education and all these things have been a flop for us, then what is your solution? Because remember, we're still in this matrix called America. And you still gonna have to be. You got to pay your tribute to this beast.
One of my biggest solutions.
You still didn't answer my question. I'm quiet as a church mouse. Jay Prince, I'm waiting.
We don't pay taxes, bro.
So one of my solutions is to reject all of that information, that fake government controlled education throughout our systems. I think the more educated we get, the more further we get away from who we naturally are. The second solution is to pay more, because one thing for certain, two for certain. We can sit up here and read history books and all this woo out the bam, but the only thing that's going to really tell you the truth, and that's always been the truth, never going to change, is nature. The truth in education and information is within nature. That's where God at. That's what God created. All of this Eurocentric curriculum system, that's not God. God is not in that. And I might don't know how to read that book, but I know how to read your bullshit. I know how to comprehend when somebody's trying to.
You know how to build a house, make a fire.
I know how to comprehend. I know how to comprehend when you're trying to play
tell
me.
Somebody you got a goddamn food truck.
So I got the information where it matters, right? Where it matters. This shit that you. Most black folks don't even go to college. If they do go to college, they don't even take up the trade that they don't went up for anyway.
Jay Prince,
what are you going to do? Most people who went to college don't even work in the field that they went to college for.
That's why we need
y'all
to
don't even
go
bring
to
it up.
somebody
That's
else.
that.
That's why we need to go to somebody else.
But Jay Prince, your argument is silly because many people who go to school. Let me make my statement, brother, without all the yelling and all the antics and all the immature behavior that you're displaying right now. Let me just say this. This is why what you're saying doesn't make sense respectfully.
I think that it don't make sense
all people
to the white program.
Can I make this statement? All people across the board that go to college. So you won't see, this is a sign that he don't want people to speak because he really doesn't have the answers. All I was simply going to say to you is that all people who go to college across the board in race, 9 out of 10 times, a lot of people, when they leave school, they don't end up working in their field of study unless they go into school and do something specific like I did, like engineering, right? Or you go into medicine or what have you. Those type of fields, you're going to have a direct line to it. That's why when you're in school, you research jobs that you can connect to, right? But not just black people. There's white people who went to MIT and they working at a grocery store. This is facts. There's some people who are just career students and they're not really going to school because they're trying to get some big job. They like just being in school. So your argument right there doesn't hold any weight. That's everybody, not just black people, brother.
May I ask you?
But it's not just black people. Yes, sir.
We talking about strictly black folks. May I ask you a question? You said
right, but you said something that was not correct.
So you went to school for engineering. You went to school for engineering, right?
I didn't say I went to school for engineering. I gave an example. If you go into a specific field where you have to get a certification or a license, then you have a direct pipeline potentially to that type of job.
So what did you?
So when I went to school, man, I studied to be a kinesiologist. Right. I took psychology. That's like becoming a physical therapist. But I went into mental health, so I'm a mental health therapist. I've worked with kids. Currently work with guys in the prison system. I've worked with older adults. Youth in trouble, troubled youth. And that required me to do what? Have internships, have certifications for a direct line to a particular type of field. Now, but I don't want to get all in that. My whole point of just saying that it's all race of people who can go to college and may not end up doing what they did with their degree. So don't just make that about a black thing, brother. That's all I'm saying.
Information man, let me ask you some questions, right? So let's just say do you know any black engineers or black people?
Yeah, I know a whole bunch.
You know a whole bunch of black engineers, right?
Yes, I do. This is why I know. No. Let me finish. I'm
asking you a question, man.
I'm going to answer. The reason why I know a lot of black professionals is because of the organization that I'm a part of. So I'm around. Listen, brother, listen. Please. I have been in the room with black men that are doctors, scientists, what have you. A lot of people don't even know that a black man created the last element in the chemistry chart, which was a man-made element. He went to Berkeley. I used to be in chapter meetings with this brother. So I'm saying there are black men that are scholars out there. So that's all I wanted to say. That's all. I've been around them. I know a lot of engineers. I know people who are part of NABA. You know what NABA is? It's Black Engineering Organization. Hundreds of brothers that's in that.
So you don't want to talk a fucking lot.
Okay.
Right? So
I'm gonna land my plane right there. Can somebody else step in? I'm sorry. I'm talking too much.
I want to ask you a question. With those engineering, those men that's engineers, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you point out something that they actually engineered with their name on it and not the white man influence nowhere on it? Name one of them.
I can.
And I'm going to look them up.
I can name.
No, I can.
You do know that most of the. Do you know? Let me just say this for history.
Infrastructure in America.
Okay, I got you. Do you know, brother? Do you know? I just want to know. I just want to let them know this. Do you know that most of Los Angeles structures, buildings were designed by a brother that was an engineer in Los Angeles? There are many things that black men are doing. Do you know that a lot of the, let me let you know, a lot of your, let me just say this. Do you know that a lot of your, let me just say this and I'll be quiet. Do you know that a lot of your favorite snacks that you see on TV, it's called food science. There's black men who are responsible for some of our most tastiest snacks that we see advertised because they are involved in food science. You know where food science first started? In some of the historical black colleges. And a lot of brothers went into the food science and engineering and that nature. There are structures. There are structures that have been. Well, I'm giving you example. There are. I just told you. There are
where it counts, where it matters.
There are black men who have built stuff, brother, who have been part of building bridges.
I used to work in construction. I used to work in assembly.
Jay Prince.
I'm saying that there are brothers that have been on projects.
We have
But anyway, let's move on.
We have an engineer on the panel right now.
Can we have the engineer speak then?
Who's the engineer?
Me. I spent my whole career as an engineer.
So you
please shut him up, Please shut him up.
Let me speak,
because if he really was an engineer, right?
Why don't we
he won't be on this platform,
man.
Let him go.
He would be somewhere.
You just control this fucking guy, man.
Go ahead.
You should shut the fuck up and let people talk.
You be soaking in money right now.
Go ahead. He is. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
He got plenty of money.
It's kind of funny, right? Because when I
put both his girls through college.
When I went to engineering school, right, I was kind of a pioneer because I was the only black guy in the whole chemical engineering department.
Chemical engineering.
Yeah. In the University of Buffalo. So, but when I worked as an engineer for the Department of Defense. Some people don't like that shit. But for 10 fucking years, I sat on the software release board. because we've made weapons of mass destruction. They started to automate them, right? All the software that came out of our organization had my name on the fucking release document that said it was fit for use. I had generals, colonels, everybody answering to my board to defend the veracity of the software before it went out.
Stop what?
You know, we had a whole cadre of people from the organization sitting around the table. We're talking to multi-billion-dollar corporations, all of that shit. Right? So if I had any claim to anything that say, what did I do with my life? For that time, the only thing that mattered was getting our fucking soldiers back home safe. And that the shit that they had out in the field worked. I didn't have no political conversations in the board. Nobody, I don't give a shit whether you were a Democrat, Republican, I didn't give a shit. We didn't talk about that. Because the only thing that mattered was getting the soldiers home, giving them the supplies they need that would work when they needed to work. So when I hear somebody, you know, but it's almost beside the point, right? Because I'm not the most brilliant engineer in the whole world. I just knew that the fucking ladder had to be up against the right wall in order for us to get shit done. And so the point really is, and so one of the things when my kids went to school, they didn't go to college without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't just go to college or waste a year or two so they could figure shit out. I didn't have the money for that. Before they went in, you're going to do this and you're going to do that. You know, so I'm just saying, you know, so we take a lot of heat for baby boomers because we're supposed to have left out kids to dwindle on their own. I'll tell you, that shit ain't true. Just like me and my wife, we kiss each other every day, and we've been married for 39 fucking years. You know, so I sit back here and listen to all of this stuff. We got guys like Jay Prince. I don't want to say I pity his kids, but I don't know what he's teaching them. What is he teaching them? Because if he's telling them the shit he's telling us, man, I pray for them. I pray for them.
Let me just say,
go ahead.
I'm going to say this. If Jay Prince is out there listening, because he's saying that black men haven't accomplished anything, what good is going to school, what have you? Well, you foolish individual. A black man by the name of Dr. Mark E. Dean is responsible for some major patents with the IBM computer. He owns 9 patents, and there are other black men that were involved, which is making it possible for us to have this internet today to be able to do what we're doing up here. Black men have been involved in engineering and space and computers and what have you. So he's saying that we read in books. Why don't Jay Prince needs to read a book so that he can find out about things that black men have done in science and engineering that's been hidden away from him because he obviously hasn't taken the time to read and find out about accomplishments that brothers have made in engineering. We're talking about in bridges and things of that nature, that roads. There's things that black men are doing behind the scenes that it's not getting advertised. But you just assume that everything in the world that we're living in was made by white folks. Bullshit. The elevator doors made by a black man. The third rail on the train, a black inventor created that. The ice box to keep your food cool. Huh? There's so many things that we have. Everything.
The
traffic light. Gary, yeah, Morgan. So there's so.
Transfusion.
Thank you, Dr. Drew. So, and you should know Dr. Drew, brother R. Payne. He's a member of your organization. So there are tons of inventions that are responsible for why we are functioning as a society from a technological point of view. Okay, so Jay Prince, wherever he is, he needs to pay some tuition and go to a class and learn some history.
All right, 1 second before y'all go. Real quick, a tribe called.
Let me add one thing before you go on. BMU, before you go on, let me add one more thing. You remember Dr. McNair, who passed away in the space shuttle? Right? Mm-hmm. You know, he was at Cornell University.
Wow.
He gave a speech to the National Black Engineers. And I was at that particular speech before he passed away in the early 1980s. So I drove down from Buffalo with a whole bunch of students. We went down there to talk to him. Guess who was there as well? Minister Farrakhan. He was rebuilding the Nation of Islam, and they were in disarray, was trying to rebuild it. I'm telling you, so I remember all of these guys, you know. So when I hear people, you know, and unfortunately he passed away in a space shuttle. So I met him. You know, so I mean, there you go. I mean, I'm just saying that a little bit of history. You know, it's kind of funny, and I'm gonna shut up right here. When you live through decades, you gotta bear with the old man when I have memories of shit that happened, you know, 30, 20, 40 years ago. I mean, I can't help it. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? And I hope for every one of you, when y'all get to 60 and 70, you're gonna have one of the things you're gonna do is you're gonna live life in not live life in retrospect, but you are gonna remember shit. And part of your life going forward is looking back and on the things and the decisions you made and the people you met 10, 20, 30 years ago. And that's just going to be important to you.
Now I'll say this, R-Pain. You brag a lot on your age, and I know you're older than 60 because I'm familiar with scripture, and it says that you were there. You're one of the barrel holders that Jesus used to turn the water into wine.
That shit was good too, man. It was more like Boone's Farm than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. He said, a tribe called Harris, man. Thank you. They gifted one Black Man Unfiltered membership. I appreciate you guys so much, man. If y'all have not went over and subscribed to their channel, please do so, man. Husband and wife over there doing the work.
Right.
So man, and guess what? I wish they were here tonight. They got a show live right now, and they supported me, so I appreciate them. But they homeschool their kids. His wife stayed and homeschooled their children.
Absolutely.
And he and you know, they did a lot of great things. And so for them to, you know, I would love to have them talk about this right now. Because I know his wife don't play no games, and she got a show that comes on, I think, every Sunday called Shame. And she's shaming the hell out of everybody because these kids are the way they are. So if y'all haven't went over there to their channel, man, make sure y'all go over there and do that. They're not bullshitting over there. A lot of people steal from them too. A lot of people steal stuff and take it to these bigger channels and use their stuff, and they never get any accolades for what they do over there. Also, one of the things that I remember that he said was the reason people keep talking about things is because those things are still happening.
Yeah, they're unresolved. Unresolved.
Yes.
Yep. So anyway, back to the conversation, man. I wanted to get
we got
Hollister in here.
Yeah,
not Dave Hollister. You know what I'm saying?
Hollister
George. What's going on, my guy?
All right, how you doing? Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me?
We got you, brother.
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Can hear you.
All right. Yeah, I started watching on my phone, and I was listening to Brother JP. And I wanted to jump in because, and unfortunately, he looked like he didn't tapped out. But the prisons are full of people with that mentality, and I was one of them, right? I have a little different history, probably than most of the people on the panel, and I salute you. You know, you gentlemen. I feel like you're the standard for Black people, and what's generally shown out in the public, you know, we get the worst element of who we are. Basically, is represented. And unfortunately, even the people that try to or think that they're imitating us, they imitate all the worst, right? And don't recognize the the real that's going on. And in the communities, unfortunately, in a lot of, especially the poor communities, that mentality that Brother JP had is exactly why the schools are failing. We don't value education, right? So we don't value education. We value the thug, the type of talk that JP was talking. He said that he get more respect, you know, he'll get more respect than you guys would. And I would tend to agree, but it's for the wrong reason, right? You're going to get respect from people who actually want something from themselves. He's going to get respect from people who are not doing anything from themselves and feel like, okay, I can put my failure off on somebody else, right? And so again, I feel like there's a lot of work to do. I don't down him at all because again, like I mentioned, I did time in prison. I did 21 years in prison. And I was a youth. In my youth, I thought the same way JP did. I know that the prisons are full of people talking that talk, the white man's education, all this nonsense. But like one of the gentlemen, I forget who it was on the panel, making a point that, look, you in America, and this is the standard of success that you're going to need in order to survive. And if you go to China or anywhere else, you're going to have to go according to their standard. So it ain't about a European standard and then a black man standard. It's about the standard that's going to be geared towards success. And if you're teaching your kids to not properly educate themselves, that's only for the European, and he kept talking about the natural, right? And I think eating natural and all that stuff, I think it's all good, right? But it seemed like to me, everything that he was saying about natural was trying to contradict educating yourself, right? And unfortunately, a lot of our communities, that's what we value. Like the gang members, you know, you could be out on the streets. Those are the ones that are going to be cool. The kids that are going to school, educating themselves, they're going to be the ones that get picked on. I heard you gentlemen mentioning about, you know, at one point, like in the schools, you know, it wouldn't be like any substitute teachers coming in and teaching in the school. That's because they were scared. They're scared to death. They're in fear for their life. So they ain't coming in there. It's like a lot of these schools now. It's even worse now, because at least at that time they had some respect for the elders. Like nowadays, they don't care, right? And so, you know, basically, I feel like it's going to take a change in values, right? Like people, you know, like this podcast, like being more popular. Like that's the thing that's actually people are looking at and that's being pushed, as opposed to a lot of the other stuff. You know, so I watch a lot of the prison channels and some of the channels that talk about, you know, like gangs and all the stuff. I watch that stuff too. And it seems like they get more popularity than the channels that's talking about something that's actually going to help and actually benefit the people. And as long as that's what's popular, as long as that's what people are gravitating towards, you know, it's like that old saying, when you're growing up, you are what you eat, right? Meaning that what goes in is what's going to come out. So if we're always consuming all of this garbage, all of the garbage is going to come out. And you could hear that when Brother JP was talking, and he's not here, so I'm definitely not trying to talk bad about him, but I just know that mentality. I was that mentality, right? And you know, so basically I just feel we have a lot of work to do. And I really wanted my comment to kind of follow his, but I didn't want to like jump in and rude, interrupt people and stuff like that. But I kind of really wanted my comment to kind of follow his, because I feel like he's arguing for his own destruction, right? He's arguing for his own failure, arguing hard for it. And it's really unfortunate. And as somebody said, hopefully his children, which I believe he loves his children, but hopefully they can see through it. Hopefully they can see through the nonsense, right? I feel like he's probably doing the best he can at the educational level he's at. And you know, and the thing is, it's not like I'm highly educated. You know, like I said, I went to prison. I did 21 years. I done a little bit of college. I got an associate's degree. I work right now in substance abuse treatment program. We primarily deal with parolees, people who been to prison. So I'm dealing with people who had a history similar to mine. You know, I try to talk to, you know, young people as well who are out there aiming. Like you got a lot of young people, unfortunately, aiming to go to prison, right? Aiming to just do stuff. Even with the and I'm not sure what everybody's view, even on that Carmelo Anthony situation, but I feel like a lot of the twisted values that we're putting out there leads our children to end up in these type of situations, right? And that's unfortunate. And the majority of the people that I've seen in prison, I sat in prison with, including myself, right? You know, we could talk about the racism, which I think there is a such thing as racism, but when I look at my situation, honestly, it wasn't no white folks that came and just picked me up out of the hood and just said, hey, we taking you to prison for no reason, right? I'm out there doing certain things that would logically indicate that I'm likely going to end up in prison if I keep doing these things that I was doing. And I ended up in prison, right? And did a good portion of my life in there. And it was only in there that I really start thinking kind of the way that I'm thinking, and like, look, you know, there's good talking points, right, that the JP was making, and there's probably a lot of people, again, that the way that I talk, they would say, oh, it's sellout mentality and all that. But to me, to intentionally give people a false narrative, by definition, that's sellout, right? So anyway,
all right.
Yeah, I just
Before,
here.
And thank you for that. Right, we got some more super chats in the building. I'm gonna have my have wifey read them for me. Let's see. Whenever you're ready, sweetheart. Like, you hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear her because I can't see him. She can see him. Go ahead.
All right, guys, we got a $5 super chat from Kaboo6635. She says, good talk. She's been very active in the chat, so thank you for that. We also got a $5 super chat from Hink75.
Oh, baby, you sound good. Hey, wait. I'm about to. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, hold on. Let me get myself together, Coach Bird. All right. So anyway, appreciate that, baby. Make you want to feel good right now. But anyway, y'all, back to the conversation, man. I really believe that what we talked about earlier when it came to the schools and how many of the schools are affected. But also, y'all, we talked about influence. Information, man, you could probably come in on this one. We talk about influence. That's what I want to talk about next. And T-Max, when he get through, he's in the bathroom door number 2. Him and JT had to go to the bathroom at the same time. I don't know if they're in the same house or what. But anyway, information, man, like watching the BET Awards yesterday. You know, like I said, just for informational purposes, I watch it, right? Just to see where we at, right?
Yes.
Did you see any of it?
I saw clips. I kind of gave up on watching the BET Awards for quite some time. I have not been happy with what has been displayed. I know that there was a lot. I know Dizzy, whatever his name. Yeah. I know he took a little bit of criticism. Some of the celebrities didn't like some of his skits because this is the way I looked at it. When he does those skits, it's almost like he's actually reflecting the nonsense. And I think that's why they don't like him. You know, they were hating on him a little bit because he's actually showing you the bullshit. And it's making you question, why do I follow these celebrities? Why do I follow these handkerchief preachers that are like ripping us off? So I kind of like him because at first I was kind of like, I don't really know if I care for this guy. But then I see what he's doing. It's putting a mirror in front of us to see the bullshit. And the celebrities, they didn't like it because it exposes them. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
And there's a song. And there's a song out right now. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe you can find it and let me know. But it's a song right now about women loving men who rob, take from men, rob, steal, kill, whatever. And it's like the girl that sings the song, was it Young Miami? It's called what? Spin That. Yeah. Young Miami.
Yeah, spin that shit. Yeah. That's the number one song.
And the women love it. And the women love it. And when she came out on stage, all the women and the gay men in the audience doing every word. And I'm like, this is where we are as a culture. We looking at this embarrassed. Embarrassed.
I hate to tell you, but not all those dudes that are championing that music are living that alternative lifestyle.
You're right.
And that's what, when it comes down to this celebrityism, this is where people are gravitating to, right? Because they're not looking at community anymore. Most of them didn't have father, mother, grandmother, grandfather dynamic. They came from that time. Those kids from early 80s are now adults. They're behaving the same as most of their kids are.
Exactly.
You can't really tell the difference.
And let me say this too. These are something for the people out there that don't listen to this trash. My wifey just gave me the lyrics. She just put them in my hand. It says here, this for all my scammers and my get money bitches. Where all my scammer ass niggas at? Where they at? What? So basically, and you know how many followers this woman has? You know how much influence she has on the black community, right? Well, another thing that I don't like the emasculation of black men. You remember back in the day, information, man, we used to watch the BET Awards, the Source Awards. It was Biggie, Tupac, Outkast, all Busta Rhymes, all these masculine men there, right? This year, they had an actual man come out on stage who got a BBL. Right? Drewski is looking at the man talking about, damn, you got a fat ass. I'm like, what's happening? What is going on? You could have never gotten away with this in the 90s. You could have never got away with this in the early 2000s.
Never.
And so, how do y'all feel about the LGBTQI community as well as the slut community? The influence of Cardi B came on stage last night, got on stage with that big old fake tank ass of hers, twirling around on the pole. I mean, what are your thoughts, information, man?
My thoughts is that the only reason why this is having legs to gravitate, and the sisters are not going to like what I have to say here. I think black women are the ones that co-sign this behavior, because we talked about this before on this channel.
Yeah.
Black men do not raise our kids. We don't raise our sons to be feminine or gay. We don't necessarily say, hey, I'm going to make them feminine. I'm going to feminize my son. I'm going to put him in dresses. I'm going to do all of this sort of stuff, right? So you have to look at, where do guys that are feminine like this, that end up being gay, where do they get their cues from? They learn to do their makeup from women. Women embrace. This is what I'm going to say to y'all. Women embrace gay guys because they can have companionship with gay men without the expectation of sex. So all women want a male friend, and they love the gay men because they don't have to worry about the gay man trying to get in bed with them. And so the gay man gives them the gay man gives them an element that they can't get from the so-called straight man, that they embrace them. And all that dancing, all the twerk, and all the stuff that you're having that's happening to Cardi B's, they're being endorsed by women and gay. I got to keep it real, and gay men. They're not being endorsed by masculine men. So that's where we are as a society, unfortunately. And then I think rap music, from its conception of where it was in the past, I'm old enough to remember this. I think rap music has now become a detriment to our community. The rap music in the form that it is now is not good for our community. It's a detriment. It is dangerous to our community. Rap music. I never thought I would. From where it came from, I hate to say this, but it is a detriment.
Yeah, it went back into the closet. Basically, it went back to the closet. This is the problem that we have right now. We, as Black Americans, are so disconnected with our children, we don't even realize we are. We don't even realize we are. I remember when my parents were telling us, when it came down to like just rap music, I'm not gonna stay on it too long, but I'm gonna say this. They didn't like it. Our parents didn't like it, right? Because it was something that was new. But what they didn't know was that there was a lot of education that came through it. They didn't know this. All they knew was that that's not music, because all they heard was a drum beat and somebody that was right. And then once they started to understand where rap was going, they said, well, we was the ones that started it. Y'all remember the boomers were saying that shit? I'm not talking about you, Arpan. I'm talking about the older boomers. They said they started this shit.
No, they stole it from the youth.
They stole it from the youth.
They stole it from the
and they didn't give us the credit. I'm talking about the X generation. They didn't give us our credit that we were to deserve, right? They didn't start fucking around with our type of gold art until it started to be commercialized. MC Hammer, anybody? All the stuff because they can understand it, but they didn't know nothing about Tribe Called Quest. They didn't know anything about BDP. They didn't know anything about spoken tongue. They didn't know anything about that. So now that we're older, our children have no idea either, because all they hear is
booty music.
Them bitches, where y'all at?
Yep, and guess what, JT?
Spin that shit.
And just to add this to what Information Man said. Information Man, I don't know if you're up on this, man, but the people around me keep me notified. Whether I talk to these people or not, over here I listen to things. There's something right now called Information Man. I don't know if you know this. You two, T Max and Hollister and Coach Ferg. I know JT. I know you know. Arpin, I know you know probably. there is something called a lavender marriage right now. Are you familiar with lavender marriage information?
This is more craziness. Yeah, I've heard a little bit.
A lavender marriage is a woman who knows the man that she's with is gay.
Is gay, right?
And she
but still engages
just to have kids, and so they can have a connection in their femininity. Did y'all know about that?
Yeah.
Women are purposely marrying gay men and having sex with these men because they want to be able to have sex and also get pillow talk, also have a soft and gentle man. On here it says, I'm reading it right here. It says a gay man and a lesbian may carry on this relationship to appear to be in a heterosexual relationship. So, yeah, somebody just grabbed them.
Listen, we shouldn't be surprised. The decadence in our community has been festering for decades. Listen, we just had a Supreme Court ruling to just fucking tell people that you can't have a chick with dicks in a female locker room or a female sports. But you know what? They didn't even go far enough because it was statewide. It's not even a federal law.
You say that like you tickled, man.
So they said just in 2 states you could deny men from being in female sports, but the Supreme Court didn't even go far enough. So if California wants to have chicks with dicks in female sports, they can do it. In a couple of states, so every state has to petition to make that illegal on their own because they didn't make it a federal law. So they didn't even go far enough. The point I'm trying to make is there's a recognition across the whole United States that we got freaks. The freaks are taking over. Let me tell you, if the liberals take over the White House, we might as well all move into the goddamn sea. Because the way they're thinking, the people who control the Liberal Party now, I don't want to live under that. I'm not moving out of the United States, but we're going to have a whole lot of bullshit going on. I can tell you that.
You forgot what Houdini told us years ago in their song. They said the freaks come out at night. Y'all forget about that?
And they knocking on the door.
Now they daywalkers. They like Blade.
But I have to put part of this onus on the men also, though.
Go
Put the onus on the men. My girl got a girlfriend. We've been letting this homosexual shit with women. But I'm talking about the men. But I'm talking about the men right now.
Oh, I get where you coming from, JT.
We've been letting this shit slide for too many damn years. It's fine for 2 women. I want 2 women to be together.
Right. We got to get out of that.
We don't.
You're encouraging the behavior.
We are encouraging the fluid behavior, and now it then turned into our children are saying, "Hey, look, everybody is everybody now."
I'm with you, JT. I remember back in the day when you saw 2 lesbians getting on there with 2 pretty women. You saying, now I don't even want to see none of that shit. I don't want to see none of that.
It was that, and men started taking their women to strip clubs.
Right.
Now the women are running the strip clubs now.
Right. I just want to make this, I want to make a point here, if I could. One of the things I've been noticing, I don't know if my theory is correct. Remember back in the early 80s, 90s, but I remember the 80s, a lot of women were saying, I'm not a hoe, don't be calling me a hoe, right? You had a lot of the music where they were being called hoes, and black women in general were saying, hey, we don't like this, we're tired of this. My theory, gentlemen, is that I don't think women actually had a problem with that. They just had a problem that they didn't control it and they didn't monetize it. At that time, it was mostly men that were in control of monetizing it. So when you see the Cardi B's, when you see people like Meg Thee Stallion, they don't have a problem with exploiting themselves. Look at OnlyFans. As long as they're making a profit, women, I'm not saying all women, but some women, certainly today, don't have a problem with exploiting their sexuality as long as they're in control and they're profiting and you're not profiting. They don't have a real problem with it. So all that stuff that they told us back in the day, it was all a lie. They just didn't have control of the mechanism and what have you. I don't know how y'all feel about what I'm saying.
No, you're right. Let me add something and I'm going to let y'all cook. Also, last week information, man, let me catch up on this too. We got the lavender out of the way. Last week, me and JT was having a conversation. Now it's LGBT. We can't be disrespectful. It's LGBTQAI plus 2 spirits.
What?
What the hell's that?
Yes.
What the fuck is the other thing?
They added 2 spirits. They said that it's an Indian culture, and they say back in the day they were gay Indians who had 2 spirits.
Salute to your president.
Now,
Obama.
you do know, BMU, that there are those in the gay community who do not like the transgender community because they feel like the transgender. Because remember, the big issue was gay marriage, right? A lot of people were like against it. Okay, they got the gay marriage between a man and a man and a woman and a woman. But then what mucked up this whole situation in our country is that you had this segment of the gay community, the transgender, the transsexuals. And there are gay people, gay men and women, who don't care for the transgender community, who they feel has mucked up their situation. Because you gotta, so just keep this in mind, they have infighting amongst themselves.
Yes, they do.
So the whole thing is a powder keg of craziness.
But you know, information, man, that's not so far fetched, because as black people, we infight with each other as well.
Yes, sir.
We infight with each other, so I can see that. You know, it seems weird, but there's a lot of I was gonna say a lot of straight gay people, the regular homosexual or the regular lesbian, they can't stand those transgender people.
Well, just like we're embarrassed by some of the things we see in our community as heterosexual men.
Right.
I'm not going to put it past that there's not gay people out there who are like sick of the transgender movement and how it's kind of mucked up the waters for them.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too. I think because we had these shows for years. Information Man, you was here for a bunch of them. We said this 3 years ago, JT. We said this, Information Man, 3 years ago. We said, y'all, all when the women were online, I'm gonna go back and find some of these videos. These women were online saying, we support the gay agenda. We support men who want to be women. Now these men, the surgeries that got so good, shit, you can't tell them apart no more. And so now the women are saying, we want it back. You can't get it back. They done took it from you, right? They out here calling they calling themselves. They saying they got a bussy. They saying that they all this freak ass shit. These black women enjoy. Now I'm at work. I'm at work. I'm listening. The girls saying, "Ooh, did y'all see them freak ass gay niggas? The world God need to just come and burn the whole place down." But you niggas was just celebrating Pride Month with these motherfuckers.
Listen, most people are gonna rock with who doesn't hold women accountable. Gay people that live that lifestyle don't hold women accountable. So yeah, they ain't gonna have no BMU as a friend. You toxic, you all the negative stuff that they try to put on you because you're a straight man. But again, if most gay men don't hold themselves accountable, they some of the sluttiest people running around. The women are the same. And they want to be able to move freely. And that's why they sort of joined together. You know what I'm saying? It's just unfortunate because it took our brother president to sort of sign the legislation to let y'all sons become y'all daughters. So now we got young boys getting surgeries to become their sisters. So,
and guess what, Coach Ferg? Now let's look at this, all y'all, as a whole. And T-Max, you can get in on this one. As a whole, look at the stuff our kids, the pressure that our kids are under. There are teenage relationships that's lavender. There are straight girls talking to gay dudes right now, and they 14, 15 years old. Then they got to deal with that. Then the pressure of social media, the pressure of having sex, right? Being pressure. Oh, you ain't having sex, you ain't shit, right? You think they can deal with abuse at home, verbal abuse, physical abuse, then sexual abuse for some of these kids. I mean, shit, if you got all that pressure on you, how can you even be successful in the classroom? T-Max? I mean, what you got to say about that?
No, I'm saying they can't because the world has flipped upside down to where we were just talking about the parents, right? Parents has already removed themselves from parenting. So these kids out here running amok by themselves. And this is literally the apocalypse when it comes to what they're doing and able to do without anybody being able to check them, without us being able to be shamed for shaming them. Shame used to be a a correction tool. Now it's a dagger.
And I think the parents now are more friends with their children now too. And I mean, because I saw a baby. My wife just showed me this about a baby smoking weed. Okay, a baby smoking with the mama giving the baby weed. Or there's another video. I don't think we can even show it because it's children. There's another video of a mama whose son is probably 9 years old. Got on heels. She got the pole in her room. And she said, bitch, go, bitch. And the little boy on the pole, going up the pole, coming down. He 8, 9 years old, guys. And that's what, these are the things that we're dealing with. And sometimes the person that the court give custody to ain't the person that need to have the child. Let's just start there. The most of these women who got custody of these kids do not deserve to have these children.
I got one for you. We just had a show about the mama that lost her baby during that whole investigation.
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all see the picture that she had at the baby's funeral?
Nuh-uh.
Money in her hand. I saw it.
With all that money in her hand, smiling.
Yeah, you right. I'm lying. Yeah.
We didn't know that was her. That was her. They
Hold
don't
it like this,
care.
hold it like this.
Yeah, man, she got it like a fan.
Yeah. God dang.
At this baby's funeral. What we doing? What we talking about? Going right back to what we were just saying. Our kids are dumb, but they're not dumb because it just happened.
Right. It took time.
It's the neglect of the parents. And we seen it in real time tonight, and we're going to see it every time this guy comes up. You got a lot of parents that think like that dude.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Got a bunch of them. They don't care anything about their kids having some type of fortification so they can be better than them. I don't care what your foundation is. This is the craziest thing. We all didn't choose to be on this earth, but we're responsible for our lives, and we're responsible for absolutely getting our kids to a point where they're responsible for their own lives too. And for some odd reason, we have benign neglect with entirely too many people that are parents. Somebody ain't a parent. I get it. I understand. You don't get it. But when you got people that have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 children, and they're speaking the way that we just heard this tonight, this is what they ain't just done for no reason. Like, man, I just sent you a bunch of links. We done went over this shit, man. For you remember when I say our children are dumb, I'm just being hyperbolic about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm being to a point where I'm just saying, listen, it's something that needs to grab the people and tell them, listen, kind of drop the ball. And this is the craziest part. They can even have an education. They can have a degree and all of that. They talk the same way as the ones that don't have a degree.
Yep. And JT, but what about the kids are becoming what they're around, man. And the kid, I'm telling you, they can't talk. They really can't. Some of these kids, like, okay, I'm gonna take some of these football players in the NFL right now. Do an interview with these niggas.
Yeah, it baffles me how they get that.
Man, how they get here? But I'm gonna tell you something. Ocho Cinco broke the cardinal rule. He told the secret. Ocho said he was in high school, very great athlete, track, playing football. He said a recruiter came and said, "Hey, we want you to come play for us, our college." He said, "Man, I don't like doing no homework. I don't like being in no classroom." He said, "You don't have to worry about none of that. Just show up." Ocho said he never ever been to class in his entire college career.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. During that era, that was pretty prominent that you had guys that were getting tests taken for them. I mean, that's some of the things that was going on. That was a run of the mill, especially during the time that he was in college and even before that.
Right.
But I think what you said, BMU, that's most important is who our kids are around. Who you are around influences you.
Yep.
Who's in your ear. And I just remember when I was growing up in one of them old school type of neighborhoods where we had elders and we had black people who looked over you, told you, hell, there was a time when if you weren't in school and you were playing hooky from school, you would have the bum on the street tell you, boy, why you not in school?
Yeah.
If you don't get in school, you're going to be just like me on the streets drinking wine. I know your mama. I'm going to tell your mama. That's the kind of neighborhood I grew up in. The bums on the street would tell your mama they saw you.
Yeah, man.
That's an old school, you know, I grew up old school like that. You know, I had a unique neighborhood like that. You don't have those kind of neighborhoods too often anymore. Arpain, you know what I'm talking about, brother.
I do. I you know I do. You know I do.
Connection, man. The connection is what we need in order for us to not. We are so disconnected from our kids, bro. This is crazy. I show in BMU if you can just give a couple of illustrations with some of those videos to show how disconnected our kids are, bro. I really will appreciate that, Brad.
Let me say this once you do this real quick. One of the things, just by our conversation on this panel, we don't have to go any deeper than what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We're already answering why our kids are having trouble in school.
Yeah.
We're so disjointed as a community, and it's all the things, all the factors that we talked about tonight is a part of it. The good, the bad, the ugly. The problem is that there's no one direction that we're going in. There's some good direction, there's some bad direction, but it's all, you know, it's just all convoluted. It's chaos. It's chaos.
Yeah,
we got a chaotic community, and our kids are suffering.
Yeah, and that's one of the culminations. Just like somebody said, it's like we definitely in the storm of where our communities from top to bottom have been stripped, in a sense. I always appreciate the elders in my community reporting back to my parents today. You know, I appreciate my father telling me to make sure that I speak to Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so up the street. So as I got to be an adult, I mean, I say an older teen, man, I was big on citizenship. I was big on...
You did call them by their first name.
Oh, no, it was Mrs. last name. Well, I didn't know first names. I didn't know elders' first names, right? I was going to church when they was taking family pictures. Any of y'all remember taking the family picture at the church with my grandfather and grandmother, and I'm looking like a, you know what I'm saying? And as we Gen X got out into the adult world, we were faced with the drugs. We were faced with making decisions to go to college, military. And I think a lot of us coming out of high school had sort of these skills that were given, because not every student was going to be adept to go to college, but they could fall back on that Votech. They know they had wood shop, and they can still at least come out of the house saying, I'm going to be somebody. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to do something. And then we started having children. I heard people say, I don't want to treat my kids like my parents taught me. Well, damn it, you've been working since you was 16. You graduated high school. So then we sort of softened it up, and now some of those children of that time started having children, and they want to revert back to the childhood. We see.
But look, Covert, 7% of black families. Somebody put in the chat, 7% of black families were married back then.
Yeah.
Yes, but even if it wasn't married, when you started acting stupid, BMU, guess who Mama called? She called Daddy. Come over here and knock him upside his head. But even then, the women didn't shame the men. The women wasn't telling. I don't remember women of my peer group going around talking about we wasn't shit. I don't remember that time. Now they're shaming, and a lot of these people, and I said, over the last 40 years, y'all hear me say it all the time, and when that crack hit the street, those kids are now adults today. They like motivation for themselves. They victim blame everybody, regardless. They put it on the white man. They put it on the black man. They put it on everybody but themselves, because the information is out. If you don't know the Dewey Decimal System, I don't know if you can really tell me a lot, because we had to go out and work with our hands and figure it out I don't remember adults around giving us instructions. We had to make it happen, and then we were just able to find our space within that lifestyle.
And Coach Ferg, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir, bro. Always.
Did you ever think that there'd be a time where you would have a bunch of adults that couldn't tell the time
on a secondhand clock?
On a clock?
No, never. I just thought that was innate in you.
Y'all do understand that we have a large community of adults that can't tell time. They don't even know what a fucking watch or a clock is. And they be buying Rolexes and Fossils and all these expensive watches, and they got them on their wrist, and they don't know how to tell time. Yeah. They don't even understand that the reason why the clock is a circle is because it's also a compass.
Yes, it's a compass.
They don't even understand where they're at. They don't even know that they live in a state. You ask the average 23-year-old, name 3 states. They're going to name one of them is going to be a country. Guaranteed.
2 of them going to be cities. They're going to name 2 cities.
They're going to name 2 cities.
Detroit.
They don't know that. Right. So it comes to the point of...
I seen 2 niggas arguing that New Orleans and Louisiana was 2 different places.
Yes. Yes. So that should scare us.
I couldn't believe it.
This is the craziest thing. In cursive, if a person wants to take over the world in 5 years, all they got to do is write everything in cursive. The only thing they got to do is write shit in cursive.
You know, one of the things you just said, JT, in a real sense, America is the kind of country that doesn't get.
I got your video ready, JT.
That okay. Yeah, you can play that there. America is not the kind of country that falls from without; it's from within. The decay, the thing is that the visions of what's going to make us vulnerable to whatever kind of attack that might come. But the truth of the matter is just that we're decaying from in the factions, you know, the immigration, and because agreement, you know, and I'm gonna not stay on this, but immigration without assimilation is called colonization.
It is,
and, you know, and so if we have so much of that, at some point, the identity of our national borders are going to be gone. It depends on who's in charge.
Payne,
I'm going to end it right there.
Payne, you're a student of history.
Yeah. And
this is the way I see it. In short, we forget that when we were in school and we studied history, every great empire had a rise and had a fall.
Yes.
What make us think that America or any empire today will never have a fall somewhere in one of these centuries? So the way I look at it, America is not going to last forever going forward. I probably won't be here to see it. But not only that, we've been so focused on people from the outside who are going to take us over through warfare. No, we're going to crumble just like Rome. What happened to Rome? Rome fell apart because they had lead. They had lead in their pipes. They had all these infrastructure problems, just like Greece. And they ultimately fell apart, even though they dominated the world. Nobody was able to really conquer them. Of course, they couldn't deal with the Huns, those barbarians they couldn't hang with. But America is no different. Maybe we're just seeing the decline before our eyes, and we don't realize that the world that we grew up in at one point in time will never be the same, because America is in decline, and an empire does not last forever. There's always one that rises up as one falls down. I hate to say it, but these are things we have to realize.
The only problem I have is, as Black people, we didn't get our full taste for all the shit that we did for this fucking.
Exactly.
The only thing that I hear in my it's about to, because I'm about to land with this.
Okay.
The only thing I keep hearing ringing in my ear is "you were warned." I don't know where that comes from, but it's just "you were warned." It's the only thing that's been said for what I'm seeing right now. I said, damn, I remember people were shaming conspiracy theorists. You can't even shame a conspiracy theorist because the things that they were saying are right in front of your eyes. And all I keep hearing is, you were warned.
Yeah, start dusting off that Gil Scott hair, man.
Yeah.
All right, let me play this video JT sent me. Go ahead. Babe.
Marching, protesting, praying, holding hands. Nobody's doing anything as we just race to the bottom of society and we just put them out. This is not just nothing. Just because the school system gets so backed up, they can't hold them in. As you look up, you got a 25-year-old in the 9th grade. Now you done broke laws and everything. You can't have these grown ass men around these children, even though they don't even have the proper education. And this is where we at. Then nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to care. I guess nobody care till we just wake up, all of us, or a lot of us just back in chains or just under some type of system, a slave system or something. This is unreal to me. I can't believe this. And they just passing them. Superintendent closing the blind eye. I guess they walking around just giving them the answers. Just nothing matters anymore. Call me. Now we at the point y'all just putting these kids in the world and they can barely read. They can barely read. In the words of Joe Clark, we are creating a permanent underclass. A permanent underclass. Y'all got them out here barely can read. Meanwhile, doing all them prom celebrations. You popping bottles, coming at the counting stacks, and the kids can't pass the minimum basic skills test, and nobody cares. Nobody in the community is marching, protesting, praying, holding hands. Nobody's doing anything as we just race to the bottom of society.
Hey, listen, before anybody say anything else, I got one more that I want to show you.
You got it?
And this, yeah, I got it up right now. Okay. And this shit right here should scare the fuck out of y'all.
I don't have. Count the coins.
Those quarters and nickels.
Count the coins. 25.
Y'all see what those coins is? Can somebody add that up right quick? Let me move that out the way. Can you add that up? Anybody?
I said 49.
It's 50
I
cents.
can't hardly see 40. 30.
You got 3 dimes.
50 cents.
50.
50 cents.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Watch this.
25. It's not a quarter. That's not a quarter, baby. What are nickels and dimes, baby?
Those are nickel. Aren't those nickels?
Yeah.
Those are 10 cents, right?
10 cents, yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Count the coins. 95 cents? Count the coins. 95. No. 65. No.
95.
Wrong.
$1.10.
No.
You got me.
Oh, what is the middle
They
one?
can't recognize the
That's
coins.
those quarters, but they're just smaller. No. Yes, it is. Quarter doesn't look like that, does it? Quarter doesn't look like that.
Right.
What is it?
Dime, nickel, penny.
They're nickels.
Those are nickels.
Whoa.
Oh, what the fuck? Count the coins.
11.
No, not like that. Count the coins. 3 dimes, 3 nickels, 5 pennies. So how much money is that? 39 cents. No, it's 40 cents.
10, 20, 30.
5, 10, 20.
25, 25, 25. That's 75.
25. 50. 7, not 25. I know what a
Not
quarter looks
25.
like.
Nickel, that's the 25, John.
It's not a quarter. That's a nickel.
All
Or hold on. Let's figure out what we know. Pennies, that's 5.
Is this not the 25? 25, 10, 1?
Wait. What's the far left?
5, 10, 15,
Okay.
30 plus 15, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 30, 30. Oh!
No. I only know Barack Obama. Count the.
How did she get 30 out of it?
Yeah, no, this is what we get with the kids. Y'all old.
T-Max.
Y'all old. That's what we get.
Can't make
They're
this
telling us that we're irrelevant and we're old. When they're telling you that you're old, that means that you're irrelevant. We ain't trying to hear shit y'all old motherfuckers got to say. The old heads be talking. These motherfuckers can't count.
Right.
They can't even recognize their own country's currency.
Imagine if you on your deathbed and they got to count some shit.
Right, but JT, part of the problem is that most of these kids, let's be honest about it, a lot of people use their plastic to purchase things. These kids, when we grew up, we were drilled to understand what the coins meant. I was more taken back that they didn't even recognize the coins, right? So that tells me what? They're oriented to just doing what? Play with Cash App, plastic.
Digital
So to the point that they don't recognize the coins anymore because it's not prevalent in their life.
And that's my point when I say that we are disconnected from our kids, right? And it's done by design. The craziest part is it's done by design. We see it. And when we're trying to tell them something, they will say, "You're old." Don't nobody use that shit. This is something that we're
exactly
supposed to be. This is something that we still supposed to be. I don't give a damn if you're not using it or not. The orientation is still its currency. It's currency, and it's your American currency. The thing is this. When I was 3, I knew the difference between a nickel and a quarter. I knew the difference between a dime and a penny. You know why? Because my parents used to sit there and connect with me. Here's your allowance today. If I give you $1, by the time I'm 10 years old, I should know that if they give me $1, they ask for 50 cents, how many quarters I'm supposed to give them. Why? Because they just connected to me. At the end of the day, our kids are not being connected to. I'm not saying that they're dumb just because it's by happenstance. I'm saying they're dumb because the parents have disconnected themselves from the children, and the children have disconnected themselves from the parents.
The parents are disconnected too, though, because you have to think about it. You have these young ass parents. Coach Ferg gonna love this. You have these young ass parents who are also sitting side by side with their kids on the same cell phones, on the same social media, on TikTok, making TikToks, doing this. You can't. Back in the day, JT, our mamas and daddies didn't have fucking phones and TikTok and technology that they can be on their watch, they can be on their phone, they can be on the fucking tablet, they can be on the goddamn MacBook. They got so much shit now that occupies the parents and the kids. Twitter, you can't even have that no more.
Well, how many TikToks do we see with a grandmother, daughter, and a granddaughter all dancing?
It's one going on right now where they had a grandmama and the daughter and the granddaughter all trying on bathing suits together and shit.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. T-Max.
Nah, I was just about to say to JT point.
Dude, don't you cuss at me like that.
Nah, you good, bro. I'm tired. So look, to the point that you just made though, champ, like that's a real thing, that them not recognizing our currency and having what we had, but we are also in the transformation age as well. And our older people that's 35 to 40 plus that's watching these youth that don't know what we knew, we're going to be 55, 60 some plus, and the transformation is going to happen, and we're not going to know cryptocurrency. We're not going to know different AI technologies and things of that nature. And here's the difference. I'm trying to tell you, I saw that same transformation with my dad and them when the cell phones and stuff start breaking out, right? And I can count the last, I'm just trying to tell you. Now, we know what substance is. We know what that looks like.
No, but you saying something that's already here. Cryptocurrency, you got more 50. Listen what I'm telling you.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me land real quick, JT. Check this out. The reason why I'm telling you this, I know how long cryptocurrency has been around, but it hasn't been forced upon us. It hasn't been forced upon us as a way of life. It's an option right now. It's a digital currency that's an option, not just cryptocurrency. I'm talking about AI. AI been around 20 some, 30 some. It's been around for the longest time. But we're closer to it being the norm than we've ever been.
I get that, but the only thing I have pushback on is this. My parents, they were denying technology. Their generation was denying technology. Our generation the X's we don't deny technology. Just like what we just said. I'm telling you right now, I'm 53. Bro, I can work a cell phone. I'm a IT dude. I got friends that are. I'm a mechanic. I understand everything that goes on in the world right now, right? The problem is not my age. The problem is me having the willingness to want to.
Hold on, JT. I got to cut you off just like you did me.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're an IT guy. That's why some of your friends.
No. I'm not an IT guy by trade. I'm an IT guy because I do.
I'm not talking about by trade.
Oh, go ahead.
The shit that we are in, we normally relate to people that's kind of caught up to speed. But what percentage? The same way that we are baffled at these damn kids that can't read or see coins and recognize, like, it blew my damn mind. I couldn't believe that. You might not be able to believe the amount of 53-year-olds who are not up on the same shit you on, bro.
No. I can believe it. What I'm trying to tell you is that my pushback is that it's not relegated to age. It's relegated to the willingness. It don't have nothing to do with a person's age doing this time right now.
It's the same thing it was back when our parents was denying it.
It's not. They were.
What is denial? Is it not
hold on, bro.
being willing to learn the shit?
No. Listen what I'm telling you. It's not relegated. Normally, the child is smarter than the parents.
I got that part.
Okay, now we're in a space.
But they are smarter than us in certain
They're
stuff.
not. Dog, I got a daughter that just graduated with a damn master's. I got another one that's about to be a motherfucking master's. When it come down to this technology shit, they ain't got me, nor do they got their mama. The mama act like she don't be knowing shit, and then she find out. That is not the same as our parents. I guarantee you it ain't. And it's not, and what I'm telling you is that it's not relegated into age. It's more of a. It's more of a demographic. So what I'm saying is, it's more of a demographic thing than anything else. I'm talking about demographically. When you have older folks, when you have guys that's in their 50s and their 60s, they know just as much about this technology shit.
Hey, you can ramble on
as
all you
their
want to. I'm
fucking
just trying to
kids.
tell you, in the transformation that we're in right now, JT, there is a lot of people our age that in the next 10 to 15 years is going to be well behind if things keep turning as fast as it is.
That's true. That's true, JT. That's true.
Bro,
No, I think, can I just say this? Where I disagree is I'm a Gen Xer. I think Gen Xers, we will adapt to everything more than anybody because we've been adapting since day one. We are the only generation that was able to function without a cell phone. I can tell you right now, brother T-Mac, that if I couldn't use my cell phone, let's say they say all cell phone towers are shut down, I can survive because I know what it's like to be without technology and with technology. And we were the first generation that was introduced to this technology in the first place. So you got a lot of people, I'm 56 years old. You got a lot of people our age that's real adept with the technology. Yeah. We're going to be the most technological elders in any generation of elders before us.
Now,
because we're already I'm not trying to talk loud. I'm sorry, brother, if I'm talking too loud, but we will be adaptable more than anybody because we've been adapting since we were kids. As latchkey kids, we've always had to adapt.
Yeah, you just adapted to my energy right now because JT was over here.
Oh, I hear you, brother.
Telling you,
I'm sorry.
There's the same way that there's a third.
Y'all don't think the early millennials?
No, I think the millennials. You guys are going to be. No, hear what I'm saying. BMU. The millennials, you guys are going to be adaptable too. But what I'm saying is, we're going to be closer to getting to being elders, meaning in our 70s and late 60s and 80s. And I'm saying because of our background, we're going to be the most technologically prepared generation of elders that you've ever seen. Elders weren't doing the things at our age right now that we're capable of doing.
Yeah, the formative year for Gen Xers was transitional through analog.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but JT, my damn statement still stands.
And my point is, the only thing, information, man, the only thing that makes me mad about that shit is that I should have put $1,000 in all of that shit, the technology that would.
You would have been rich if you would have put money on. Remember when Apple computer first came out, people thought it was something goofy. If you would have invested early, you'd probably be rich right now.
Let me tell you, as an engineer, I worked with Intel chips at 8086.
Oh shit! You know about it.
If I would have just put Intel, AOL,
yeah,
all that shit, man. Netflix, Buffalo Wild Wings, all that. I mean, I went to school in Buffalo.
Wait,
Shit that I be free as a motherfucker, man.
I got it now. RP, I already got it now. T-Max and BMU, they still think they the young niggas. Y'all old.
Yeah, they still think they young.
Y'all niggas is us.
Hold on.
Y'all niggas is us.
You 53 and I'm about to be 48, right?
Let me tell you something. Hold on. A person that was born in 2000 is 26 right now, years old. Well, I'm talking about them grown motherfuckers.
Yeah, my son.
Y'all niggas are old. See, y'all they be trying to
look you from the goddamn audio only.
Information man. They trying to separate themselves from us.
Yeah, they were trying to separate.
Y'all
trying to pull us in.
Pull us in this shit.
I can't get in, man.
This is crazy. Hey, but you know what? I'll say this before we end the show, whatever. Michael Irvin just did an interview. And Michael Irvin, Gen X, right?
Yeah, yes. I think he's Gen X.
He's Gen X.
So Michael Irvin said he said he was playing football at a very high level, and one day he was invited to a business thing just to show face and get paid. And he says this young white boy walked up to him and said, "Hey, listen, I really enjoy your football, and I would like for you to invest in my company."
And
he told the little white boy, "No, I'm good." He said the white boy ended up being Mark Cuban.
Oh shit! He be right, because he started off young. So if Michael Irvin would have invested at the bottom level, he would have made a lot of dividends off of the blow up of Mark Cuban.
Mike Irvin said the same company that Mark Cuban wanted him to invest in sold for $5 billion.
And he would have got a piece of that action.
He said every time he see Mark Cuban now in Dallas, say Mark Cuban would pass by him and say, "You should have took the deal."
Yeah.
Well, I give Irvin a pass because
Irvin was kicking yourself in the ass.
Irvin wasn't in his right mind. He was on them. He was on them.
Oh yeah, he was on that. He was on that. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hell yeah.
But it goes to show, but just in those opportunities, right? It goes to show, right, how over time we wasn't really given the information and encouragement to invest money in companies and things like that. We always been apprehensive with our money. So
that's because our parents and our grandparents and them passed down to keep doing the same shit that we did 20 years ago.
That's true.
Bill been out of my town. I'm sorry, Coach Ferg. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying. But even then, our grandparents didn't just run to put their money in the banks like we were able to.
Socks and shit.
Yeah, but they was able to save money.
They was a Maytag.
They saved money, and a lot of those men could fix things around the house if it broke down.
Yeah,
that's why.
Now, Coach Ferg, let me say something to you old niggas. Listen, old niggas. I'm finna tell you old niggas like this. Every time I hear my uncle say the same shit, you niggas don't own nothing. You don't got no land. You ain't got no rental properties. Nigga, when you was growing up, your rental house cost $1,500. Rental property.
Hold up, BMU. Hold up. But he could purchase it at 22. He didn't have to go get his mom and them to give him money on it. He saved up.
Bruh, my grandfather started working on the pipeline when probably in his 20s or whatever. Listen, bro, a house, I went looked the shit up. I was flabbergasted, as the white people say. Nigga,
that's when you had those good skill trade jobs and the factory jobs that you could put a family through.
The old niggas bought houses. 4-bedroom house was $3,200.
That was smart.
And they tell them we should buy a house. Go get a 4-bedroom house.
Check this out, though. $3,200 back then was a lot of motherfucking money.
Yes, it was a lot of money.
$3,200
the dollar wasn't as
a lot of money.
Was a lot stronger back then.
On it. Yeah,
BMU. A Mustang GT 500 back in the day was $1,500. Today, that motherfucker $47,000.
He only made $1,000 a month. He only made $1,000, and still was able to provide that.
But remember if the inflation was different, the price of living was different.
Yeah.
Then so even if he brought a house, let's say the car was $15,000, as you said, right? Versus $49,000 a day. But you gotta look at their wages. let's say the wages are not what our wages are today, that $15,000 car was still expensive.
Yeah.
If you're still making wages that are not, you understand what I'm saying? It all balances out to a certain degree.
You was making you was making a killing if you was doing $3.65 goddamn hour during that
the
time.
reason why those wages were different, or the price of goods and services, I should say, is because of the same shit you talking about right now, as far as us keeping up with technology, our age group. Back then, you had if it was a house, the wood was being cut by actual people, not machinery that cost to be made. The cars was being hand fucking put together by people that
There
was
was no
willing
machines
to work $4,000 a month versus all these goddamn robots. So the technology is great and fucking up the economy at the same time.
Because think about it.
It's a pro and a con to it all.
Right.
Yeah.
And think about it. When you buy a car back in the day, you get a $1.25 back in the day. That motherfucker lasts you 27 years. You could drive it through a brick wall in the grocery store, make a U-turn and come back through the other side. You couldn't tear them up. They were indestructible. Now you bump into
made
a
with real
motherfucking
steel.
Volkswagen or a goddamn hump on the ground, your shit tore up.
Well, BMU, I ain't gonna even lie. I know we getting ready to go, but I ain't gonna even lie, dog. I hate deuce and a quarter. My father had a deuce and a quarter. He painted that motherfucker black, right? Yeah. And we were driving down the damn street, and my friends was all outside. They was like, Batman.
BMU, I gotta drop off the panel though. It's great talking to you brothers tonight. It was fun. Y'all take care, brothers. Good conversation.
All right,
all right, y'all.
Dark. What y'all know about that shit?
That fucking deuce in the quarter will drink some gas too, boy.
Man, that motherfucker, let me tell you something. That motherfucker burnt up on the freeway, right? My mama was smiling while she was saying it. She said the car burnt up. She said the car burnt up.
With a smile on her face.
With a smile on her face, because she already knew she was getting ready to go get that Fleetwood.
Yeah.
That Cadillac.
As we get out of here, I got something for JT before we get out of here. JT, if you watch, JP, if you watching.
Quit, man.
You must be on something or coming off.
We appreciate you coming on the show tonight, man. Damn, boy, it was tough. It's tough talking to JP. JP, man. It's tough. I love the man, but he's just tough. It's tough.
Hey, we paid homage, did we, T-Mac? We paid homage to the nigga last week. We was like, hey, I sent you the video, BMU. That was Friday. That shit was crazy as hell, boy. He's entertaining, but on conversations like this, man, he gotta keep it 100, man. That shit was crazy what he was saying.
And man, we're gonna have some more good shows tomorrow. We got a sports show tomorrow, guys, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then after that, got Tyrus drunk ass. He'll be have his show tomorrow night. I don't know what the name of it's gonna be. Then Thursday, I'll figure out Thursday. But Friday, we really gonna cook on Friday too, man. So I appreciate y'all coming in. T-Mac, bringing your boys over, man. The young man that was here earlier. I know you had to get up and go do something. But I appreciate him too, man. He's still in the back there, but he's working. So appreciate him for coming through. And anybody else?
Hey, real quick though, let me shout this out because man, he's gonna be teaching that real estate thing from a level where young people, old people and young people, JT, can learn this new wave of being able to purchase homes without a realtor, purchase homes without credit, do a lot of stuff, buying and selling homes and making a profit off of just the paper itself, not even actually taking ownership of the home. So shout out to my man Swan, man.
Shout out to him, man. I need to tap in with him on that because that's one thing. Yeah. We'll talk about we'll talk about that also because we also talk about the great things about the young generation also, like guys like himself and things like that, man. So I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate it.
That's the one kind of show we need to kind of have at some point. Somebody talk about finances, real estate, stock, investing, all that shit. Yeah. Just not to tell people what to do, but to say, hey, this is what's out there for you. You got to learn this stuff.
Hey, anybody watching right now, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to do a super chat, Caboose says she's already on it. She says, give us some super chats, help this channel meet its goals. So I appreciate that very, very much.
Caboose, I really appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. And y'all hit the like button, subscribe button. Y'all watching right now, go ahead and do that. That helps the channel a lot.
Hey, the replay gang. Tell them, hype this motherfucker up, man. We got videos all damn day. Y'all hype our videos up, man. Hype us up.
Hype them up. Hype me up. But listen, bro, that video that's talking about that meat the other day that fell out that truck.
That shit went viral, didn't it?
Everybody in the chat talking about no, sir. Please start over. They're cheering them on. But Hollister, thank you so much, man. Whenever you want to come back, we're here every day of the week. If you want to even be up with our pain, the old fucker above you, he has a show on Monday. He talks about politics. He talks about, different things. And now he's into music. So he's making love songs, touching himself and shit. But anyway, but Hollister, no, I'm just joking. But Hollister on Mondays at 6 Central Time, you could come in and be on the panel with our pain, speak with him. Tuesday, where you could come be with us. If you want to send me your contact information, I'll let you know what time the shows are. I'll send you the links and everything, Pauls. And you could email me at blackmanunfiltered@gmail.com.
See, Black Man Unfiltered?
Yes, at gmail.com. And I'll send you the link to the shows, and you could come and give us be on the shows with us during the week.
Okay. Yeah, and some of those times I'll be working. I got some weird work hours, but I definitely will be checking in.
Okay.
I like what you're talking about.
Absolutely. So yeah, email me and I'll send you all the times, bro. Coach Ferg, thank you for being here. I'm tired of yellow skinned niggas, but I will give you.
I'm so tired of his ass.
Man, boy, y'all love the light skinned gods, man. Listen,
shout out to the crack era.
Hey, but JC, also, man, they have a sports show tomorrow, so it's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, guys. If you want to come over and be with them on the sports show, because I know tomorrow they're gonna be talking about a lot of things. I also want to put this out there before I leave. All you LeBron fans, he done killed his entire legacy.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear nothing else about comparing him to
Well, he
Jordan.
went back to Miami?
No,
he declined the Lakers.
He's going to Golden State.
Oh
my God!
Get out of here!
Yeah,
whore. He's a loiterer and a whore.
You going to Golden State?
He's going to
Golden State. He's my baby mama, man. That's how they act.
It's going to happen before midnight, but this was going to happen. He told the Lakers today, I'm not going to play for you next year. I'm done.
Is he taking his son with him?
That's all about just ask.
Yeah, he probably take his son with him. Now he's trying to get AD. They trying to get AD traded from the Wizards to Golden State. Once that trade happens, LeBron's going to sign with Golden State. So you're going to have Steph, LeBron.
They still ain't going to do shit.
Yeah, Steph, LeBron,
And 5 years later, we're going to hear that LeBron got a third of Golden State stock.
Jordan is the GOAT. Period.
Jordan is the GOAT. And will forever be the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear no LeBron talk no more.
And then there's Kobe.
And then there's Kobe.
And if this nigga keep loitering in the NBA, it's gonna be somebody else that's gonna come by his big forehead, 9-line hair having ass.
Hey, you know what? I would give both of my pinky toes and my thumb to see LeBron play when Lambeer and all them niggas played. Dennis Rodman and all them.
They would have pushed his ass down. They would have pushed his ass.
He's your peer BMU, man. That's your millennial brethren, man. You know.
No, ain't my millennial brother. No, Coach Ferg. If I find out one of my teammates fucking my mama, we gonna fight.
42.
He would have been 3.
Why you worrying? Was you a son husband?
Hey, Arpay, I look like in the playoffs passing the ball to my stepdad. I'm passing the ball. Good stepdad.
Calling him sir.
Sir. Get over there and sit down, LeBron. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Y'all ain't crazy.
Hey, but you know what? It's a lot of things going on in Dallas too, bro. They're getting rid of the American Airlines Center. They're building a new stadium for the Mavericks. They moved the hockey team to another part of town. They just opened up Universal Studios opens this week in Dallas. So this traffic finna be a motherfucker.
And that's where all your educational dollars are going to for the black kids.
Hey, y'all, somebody want to say goodbye before we get out of here?
So, Arpane, I looked up, I try to find your name of what you have engineered, chemistry, and I couldn't find your name nowhere. Where could I go find you where you have illustrated something that you invented, engineered?
Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you crazy?
I didn't say I invented anything, but what you want to know? You can go to University of Buffalo and look up.
So my point was to challenge. The reason why I was challenging what you had about that engineering and all that stuff is because the infrastructure is I don't see nobody of us infrastructure and stuff or creating
Ever say another motherfucking word to me?
or creating medicine that actually cures people.
JP, I hear what you're trying to say, but if you want to go to University of Buffalo, where I graduated from, just look up. You can look up my name, the Department of Chemical Engineering, 1982.
Damn, that's the year before I was born. Shit.
So did you take up that? Did you take up that just to go work for somebody?
Yes, actually, yes. I went to chemical
so what was the
engineering.
point? What was the point of learning engineering? You wasn't going to engineer nothing of your own.
Because my older cousin, who went to Vietnam, was a chemical engineer. So I just followed in his footsteps.
You graduated in 82?
1982. No, I
in college. He graduated from college in
1980. But I was in the 6-year plan.
I was born in 83, November.
But that's because you young motherfuckers, man. I'm not hiding that I've been around. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I hear guys like JT, I've been through all the transitions you guys are talking about.
Whoa! You been transitioning.
This nigga's a homosexual.
Time traveling. How about that? I'm just time traveling. Okay.
Hey, BMU, he was you know in 90 in 82.
Hey, JT, let me save you some time. As far as the Department of Defense, you're not going to see any of those documents because they don't just put them.
All I'm saying is, what was the point of you becoming an engineer and you weren't going to engineer or create your own thing?
The reason why I became an engineer,
they just invented paper.
One of the professions that would
because they pay you good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but you're not the head nigga in charge though. You got a boss. You had many bosses.
Wait a minute. But I was the spook who sat by the door.
Ooh.
We don't fuck with them.
That's a great fucking book, brother. That's a great fucking book too, Arpain. I don't know if nobody noticed that about that book. That's a great book.
I was the spook who sat by the door.
Absolutely.
I was in plenty of rooms where I was the only black guy there.
So what did you do with being a spook by
let me tell you what I did.
Spook, what did you do with
You asked me a question. Let me answer. When I was in the room, there were no nigger jokes. When I was in the room, they respected black folks because I was in the room. I didn't give a shit what they did.
No, they didn't want to get sued.
I wasn't a litigious motherfucker, man. We talk about shit.
We got to end the show, guys.
Talk now.
We got to end the show, guys. But somebody just sent me a cash app for Jay Prince. Jay Prince, I got to read it.
Hey, Jay Prince, let me tell you this: if you're having a room with white people, you're gonna change the mood of that room.
He's old ass
boy. I do, but they don't call me the N-word and stuff neither. They be extra nice.
We got something in common.
He got to get ready to end the show.
All right, man.
Somebody told me, Jay Prince. Somebody said cash app. They said it. Leave our pain alone and tell us what kind of chemicals you mix together to mop Burger King.
I did almost close the factory one time. I did almost close the factory one time, so I can't lie about that shit.
Hey, BMU, I didn't hear it.
Jay Prince, somebody say it. Somebody said, Jay Prince, leave our pain alone and tell us what chemicals you mix together to help Burger King flow at night.
You can't even get the shit out.
I really don't got no comeback for that.
Jay Prince, you want to tell the audience what kind of chemicals you use? Did you hear the question? Somebody said, leave our pain alone and tell us what kind of chemicals you use to mop
the chemicals that
to mop Burger King floor at night, bro.
Nigga in the ghetto night.
I'm sorry.
Yo, peace, JP.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, peace, Arpain.
Since you up here, JP.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna fight Mr. Fantastic?
I don't know. It got to make sense for me.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Hold on, Jay Prince. If you don't fight Mr. Fantastic, then I will fight you.
No. What I'm saying is, I don't got no problem with. I will fight anybody, right? But what I'm saying is, it's always like people been bragging
bragging that I create content and everybody else get paid. Now that's one thing people could do that to me online. But I'm not finna do that I'm not finna have to pay $1,200 to train for 6 months. I talked to my trainer, it's gonna take at least a year for me to do my thing. So that's gonna be 20.
Huh?
Yeah, because the
You
first
got
is
till November.
hold on. 3 months, the first 3 months is just conditioning because I drink, I smoke.
What kind of shit?
No, the trainer the trainer that I was going to, then he said the other 3 months is you're working on your footwork and stuff. He said you're not gonna be able to throw no shit to your.
He got
He
you.
trying
He
to
got
get
you
you.
starting.
Yeah, he trying to take you for some money.
He got you starting as a toddler, bro.
You either fight or you don't. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
And hold on, once BMU, I don't got no problem with fighting anybody, right? So my thing is, I'm not, like I said earlier, it's one thing to use me online and I don't get paid or I don't benefit nothing from. But it's another thing if I allow you to do me like that in my real life just to prove, because if I do it, I'm just gonna be proving to people that Jay Prince will fight. That's it. But it's gonna be their game, my loss. I'm not gaining nothing.
Jay Prince, put your fist up in the camera.
What you mean?
Put your fist up. Let me see what your fist look like. Okay. Jay Prince. I'll get in the ring with you, Jay Prince, if he don't take the fight.
No, I know what I'm saying is it's not. I won't even fight you. I won't even fight you because, and I don't want to toot my own horn, right?
Yeah, I'm saying
I'm Jay Prince for president, right? I'm Jay Prince for president. These people, I'm Jay Prince for president. They gonna automatically get. I don't got no channel, so I'm not gonna gain nothing, right? At all. I'm not gaining anything. They is.
Right. Okay.
So if they come up with some paper, where I can benefit, make me feel good, they already gonna get some sort of attention. Who don't want to see Jay Prince for president fight?
How much
have you seen the paperwork yet?
How much you need?
No, I ain't seen nothing.
How much
you need to talk to him. You need to see what's happening.
Talk to him.
You gotta talk to him. Niggas was getting paid. This last one, niggas was getting paid.
And fire your trainer, bro. I got you for 8 weeks. You be ready to go.
You could become a stand-up boxer in 8 weeks.
Undefeated, ain't it?
No, he ain't undefeated. His first fight, he got beat.
But what you trying to do,
He showed right. He took
CJ.
Yeah.
No, it was a good little fight, man. I saw it. They were showing it today, man.
It was two girls that fought too, right?
Yeah, Sod and old girl. That
CJ.
Man. I gotta say, those angles, my man. Shout out to Cheeky. He got some great content, bro. I mean, that shit is clear as fuck.
Where did you see it at?
This might be risky.
He's showing it. This might be risky.
You gotta be a member though.
You gotta be a member too. Yeah.
No. He showed it live. He showed it live, but then he showed each fight in the membership.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Him and Sherelle was going through it. It was two good fights that the ones that I say is good. Fighter and who's that? CJ had a good back and forth. Fighter was more aggressive, coming up under the punches. CJ was more trying to use his jab.
Yeah.
CJ got better as the fight went on.
Yeah.
But Mr. Fantastic, he just sort of dominated whoever. I don't know who he was boxing.
That was that was Moo, the guy named Moo.
Yeah, Moo.
You can see that he's done it before.
That nigga
so
like a
totally different this
Moo
time.
like a little tank.
I told him, JT know this. John Galt said he'll get on the undercard with me.
Man, I wouldn't even box that old motherfucker.
He's too old for you, man.
No, he ain't.
I trip push his ass.
Ain't he in his 50s or what?
He just looked
No,
like
he
it.
like 48.
He just looked like it.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Nobody really want to see no old people fighting though.
I'd choke his ass with some boxing gloves on.
Night.
No, so again, I don't have no problem. I have zero problem in fighting Fantastic or anybody, right? I can fight anybody, right?
Well, make the fight
That's
happen.
not my issue. My issue is it got to make sense too for me at the same time.
But
and then my name, I do got a name. I do have a name. I can't let people water that down.
JP, what's the price? What's your price?
What's your number?
We could talk. I haven't talked about it yet, but we could discuss the business.
Well, Hey, get your damn cardio and your footwork and shit together before you go reading paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I got to do that first.
Now, I will say this.
And here's another thing too that slowed me down of the fighting. It's not because of the fight. It's because of stuff I got going on here. Right, as far as like my bills, I gotta get my food because I was like, damn, I'm gonna put my food truck on hold to practice for this fight.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Can I get some motherfucking show, dog?
Can I get some real
No, that's unless somebody would pay for me to train and shit, I would go.
JT, let me tell you this, JT. There's one more fight I want to see. I want to see Nightish. Y'all know who Nightish is?
Yeah. Oh,
I want to see Nightish and R-Pain.
R-Pain.
Come on, BMU.
Man, R-Pain would beat it. Do you see?
Come on,
R-Pain is too fucking big
man.
for Nightish, bro. R-Pain.
They both the same size.
No. Nightish is not taller than R-Pain. R-Pain a big guy.
No, Nightish is tall. Nightish is like 6 foot something.
Is he?
But still, I mean, listen, man, I don't want to see that shit. It's like, no,
Hey,
we
I don't want to see it either. I don't want to see it either. You know what I'm
So
saying?
if I could get my willing to pay for my training and stuff, I would go. I would fight him.
I want to do some unorthodox shit. I want like Tommy B versus Mr. Bennett, some shit like that.
Mr. Bennett.
I'm not fucking with Mr. Bennett. Don't fuck with Mr. Bennett. That motherfucker still.
He got old man strength and he got young man strength. He in that damn basement just lifting the whole gym.
JT, why did you say when I broke up, I want to get my food truck off the ground? Why you try to not try to, I'm not coming at you. I'm asking. Why you say, oh man, well, why you say that? Like that like
On our white boys.
Why you say that like me getting my food truck off the ground don't matter?
No. I want to see the fight. I ain't want to hear all that.
I gotta put my stuff on the side for you to see the fight.
Yeah, I want to see the fucking fight. I want to see the car crash.
Would that make sense? See, y'all see, they trying to put me in a position where I'm just gonna lose for their benefit.
I'm finna end the show, J Prince, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you get in that fucking ring after all this talking you just did and get a part knocked in your head, I don't want to hear your voice no more about nothing. Don't say
no. I don't mind losing a fight. I will fight, win or lose.
Okay. Well, I'll holler at y'all later. We out. Peace.
We out.